Check. 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 Is this thing on? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Welcome to the Crypto Liver Show. And you're here with none other than the Crypto Lifer. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for calling yourself Crypto Lifers and being a part of the live stream. Thank you for showing up every single day, having that feeling, having that vibe, and adding to my vibe, adding to my tribe. Your tribe is your vibe. I hope you're with the right tribe. I hope you're kicking it with the right group of people. I hope you're in the positive zone with the high frequencies, with the good vibrations. Shout out to each and every one of you here. I bring it to you every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 364 on a leap year. But I'm here every single day, baby. I'm here on Christmas. I'm here on New Year's. My wife was giving birth. You can go to that live stream. I was actually in the delivery room. She said, the Pitocin will kick in 2 hours. You can still live stream. So bang, bang, bang. It was unbelievable. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for coming on into the live, and I appreciate you all for calling yourself Crypto Lifers. Love you, love you, love you all. Boom, boom, boom. Let me get this right. Thank you for saying that. Pull it up. I gotta shave. I got a new camera. I got the Canon M6. Use this to focus, possibly. It looks pretty good. The Canon M6 Mark II. It's an older camera, but it has the best. It has the best autofocus in the game. So that's gonna be my new kind of like in-house camera. We're gonna do a lot of 4K videos right there. We're gonna have a blast. Got the awesome, you got to get it all. You got to get the converter. I got a nice lens on there. This thing is super awesome. Super excited. You can put the Canon EF autofocus lenses on there too. Hundreds of lenses you can use for Canon. That camera is a blast. I'm telling you right now, I've done my research, and I was a DP, director of photography, for years. I shot all sorts of films and all sorts of things like that. That's what I did before I became what I am now. I was in the movie and TV industry. I was behind the scenes. I was editing. I was filming. I have a quite extensive resume if you look me up on LinkedIn. Pretty insane, but shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Let's jump into Bitcoin. Enough is enough about me. What about you guys? Let's go over what you're looking at here. ACR squeeze play. Wow, cool. Shout out to Crypto Cash. Alter bouncing, looking good. Shout out to PAR. Shout out to everybody here. Thumb looking good. Woo! Can you use a Nikon lens, the proper ring converter? Maybe. I have the MK2 and the MK3 used for transformers. Awesome, man. Shout out to the live. Reset focus, please, so we can see the sharpness. Still? I thought I did that already. Looking crisp and clean. Your blue eyes are blinding me now. Wow, there we go. First time here. Oh, yeah, they're a little bit behind, right? So, yeah. Let me make sure here. Let me double check my vision. Here. Oh, I look crispy now. I mean, that's like, you don't get more crispy than that. You guys can see like every hair on my chin. A little crispier here than there. The focal length there. I'm more crispy even. Wow, that's like, I look like the international man of mystery there. Shout out to each and every one of you. Let's take a look. All coins are pumping. We're having a little bit of movement here, but it's bitty Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. So we had an inverted head and shoulder here on the 1 hour time frame that had a measured move, which it hit basically exactly. The measured move was right here to 29,935. We hit it kind of on a wick there. This is resistance. See this line here? That's going to be your resistance line right here. See this? And that's what we're hitting now, because that was a bounce. So the previous place you bounced, support is going to be your next spot of resistance. However, the inverted head and shoulder did play out to the upside as suggested once we saw that this morning. And if you're in my trading group, all right, if you're in my trading group, you got an update at 8 a.m. going over this 7:42 a.m. and I'm showing you the inverted, basically explaining that this is highly likely to play out. So you would have woken up to this idea. You might have been able to play this on the 15-minute chart because the 15-minute conveyed with low stochastics that right shoulder was about to break to the upside. And what happened? The right shoulder broke to the upside. Also a bit of a double bottom here that would play out and keep us from dropping down out of this bear flag. Kind of made a broadening wedge. In my mind, it did something like this. It made this pattern here. It made this falling wedge type situation. Then it retested the diagonal support line. See that? Retested the diagonal support and broke to the upside. It was a falling wedge. Falling wedges should break up 68% of the time, and that's exactly what we did. Also, the measured move here is this length to this length. You swing it over here, and that gives you the exact measured move that we went to. That's how you find out where you're going. Now, I got a lot of stuff here. I know I do. It's the Binance chart, but look what I'm seeing here. Could we possibly be making an inverted cup and handle when I put this upside down? Cup with a handle forming to the upside. Could we be making a cup here with an upward handle, and then the downward trajectory of that is all the way here to $27,000. I'm just putting it out there. I'm sure you won't see this on any, because people like to copy my TA lately, I've noticed. Like, some people, I think, pay for the Discord, have a YouTube channel, and then they go and put my TA out on YouTube. But it is what it is. It's okay. That just flatters me. It lets me know that, that people are listening to me, that they're picking up what I'm putting down. It's what happens when you get popular. You're going to get purged. It is what it is. I just got to keep putting it out. So the idea is this. No one will show you this inverted head, cup and handle. I don't think you'll see this on any other channel on YouTube, but right here, this inverted cup and handle and this double action here. I'm going to get rid of it for now because whoever saw it. It is what it is. We'll go back to it at another time and we'll take a look at it. I'm seeing these two channels here. See, most people are putting we did break out of the symmetrical triangle. We're trying to get back in. This trend line here, see this trend line? Bounce, 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 bounce. You want to get above that trend line, that diagonal support and resistance line, because if you don't, that'll act as resistance. We'll come back down and we could be channeling in the zone. So right now, Bitcoin is channeling in the zone, all right? Let's take a look at the bigger time frames. But, nice move right now. 15-minute actually flipping back to the upside here, showing signs of life. If we look at like the 5-minute, it looks like it probably made a flag and then bounced out of the flag. Yeah, a little flag here. Look at that, shoulder, head, and a right shoulder there. If you go to the 1 minute or the 30-second, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about here. Look at that, shoulder, head, and a shoulder. And it plays to the upside. See that? Measured move of that inverted head and shoulders, same thing. Neckline, just draw. Jordan was on earlier today, and he's like, I'm not sure where to take the neckline. Jordan, just take the neckline. I don't take the wicks, man. Just slap yourself on a neckline. Make sure you're connecting pretty nicely on a line, and that's generally going to give you your area. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for coming on in. Bitcoin 3S retesting the bull flag. What happened to the testimonial giveaway? Well, look at it. We didn't get a lot of people to do it. Not enough people in my mind did the giveaway. So, I'll do it, but my team was like, man, we should do it again because, we just didn't get enough, people just weren't listening to me. We needed to get at least, 50, 60 people to enter that giveaway, and, not enough people did it, We'll still do it, but, I got to talk to my team about it, too. You have to remember, I'm super, busy. They came up with it. We ran it, and then I promise I'll give, I want to give things to people, so don't worry. We'll give them, but I just want to make sure, I never got to see the testimonials. I never got to watch them. I got super busy. We transitioned from Telegram to Discord. It got out of control. So I will talk to my team today. I'll make sure a point to have a meeting about it. I'll say, what's going on with this? How many people did we get? Who are we picking? What's going on? Yeah, people, come on. I see hundreds of people writing things, but people are afraid to put themselves on video. Come on. I put myself on video every day. Just jump on in, slap out a testimonial, do what you got to do. I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, so moving forward. Just looked at that inverted here on the 30-second chart. Don't spend time on the 30-second chart. You'll get rocked and wrecked, especially if you're a beginner. Okay, be careful doing stuff like that. I don't want you to think that that's the place to be. 4 hours is a good time frame. The daily's a good time frame. You want to be opening up your zone. You want to be looking at what you're seeing. You don't want to be pigeonholed into tiny frames until you understand price action and time. Once you understand price action and time, do whatever you want. But as a beginner, you're gonna have some trouble there in that behavior. So Bitcoin breaks to the upside. Good place to possibly short on the 1 hour time frame because the 1 hour is now overbought. The last time we were overbought here, bounced down, that's an M pattern. So the 1 hour here, we could even make an M here possibly and drop to the downside, right? So we're looking here. We're looking here for a possible rejection. Why? Well, this is resistance right here. This is a zone of resistance that we generally have been hitting and we haven't been able to get above. This zone right here for BTC. So look, resistance, resistance, resistance. There's your bounce, resistance, resistance. You're at resistance right now. And it's the top of my bigger falling wedge here. So it's likely we drop to the downside on the 1 hour time frame. However, the 4 hours been rocking for us and it's pushing up with momentum and that could break us out of this to the upside. So I want to see what the 1 hour does. Best case scenario for the 1 hour is a smaller time frame gives us some boost up. So we see a flag on the 15 or the 7 minute that blasts us through resistance. Then when the 7 minute when the 1 hour does its thing, it's going to form a flag or maybe a falling wedge that bounces off the zone of support that I got there. So pretty much we got Bitcoin pretty locked and loaded today. Sad right now, USD.T pairs will probably suffer because when Bitcoin goes sideways if Bitcoin goes sideways, the alts will fly. Okay? So we want Bitcoin to go sideways, but it has to retest the 21-day moving average. If you know my trading style, we have to retest the 21. And you'll see this all the time. Pump up here, come back to the 21, form a falling wedge, you pump. You pump up here, come back to the 21. You pump up here, come back to the 21. You pump up here, come back to the 21. You dump, you'll come back to the 21 the same way. You dump to the downside. Look, you came back to the 21. Whenever you see price action leaving the 21 always, you can long it back to it. Whenever you see it pump away, you can short it back to it. It's a easy little quick trick that I picked up, and you can use this on any single time frame you want. The 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily, it does not matter, okay? One thing I did give my students, and I talked about yesterday, really clean chart in the afternoon, because this is what you have to understand. Bitcoin's in an uptrend. It has a downtrend, nasty dip. Everyone, when does the dip end? How do we get out of this dip, right? I saw the dip live, and I've tried to build this out. I built this out with the inverted head and shoulder. I projected it before it was made, okay? We were here, everybody. And that's why my group is crucial. This dump happened like this. We were here. And I was like, are we possibly making an inverted? We were right here. I was like, are we possibly, it's the only way we can dig out of this. Because at that point, you're bewildered. The market just keeps dumping. You don't know when it's going to stop. But you know your TA. And you know what? If I can get an inverted head and shoulder here, that's the only thing that will give me at least a measured move to the upside. Then it's like building a house brick by brick. You go each brick. You go each level. I got to get this level back. If I can't get this level back, then oh well. And that's why when everyone's projecting or acting about these huge plans and ideas, I'm like when everyone's talking about, Bitcoin will go back to 40K, I'm like, it will once it breaks above 32,200 first, right here. So we don't even have to talk about 35K. We don't have to talk about 37, 32, 35. Really, we're focused on this right here. 32,184 needs to break and become support for us to actually act like it's going to happen. So let me take you through this idea here in this chart, all right? Because there's a bunch of conveyed ideas here that I want you to understand. You have a low, you have a higher high. You have a low, you have a higher high. You have a low, you have a higher high. You have a higher low, you have a higher high. You have a higher low, you have a lower low. That's your first indication that this uptrend is over now, and you're continuing to the downtrend. That's when I make this falling wedge, and I'm saying, when we were here, I was like, are we going to come down here? And I called this idea here. We mapped this out. We drew this trend line, and I said, man, it's highly likely we come down here to this bottom trend line. You can feel out trend lines even with one touch after a while of drawing these patterns. If you draw as many patterns as I do a day, think about it. I draw hundreds of these patterns a day. I don't even know how many. I go over and over and over and over and over again. So inverted head and shoulder this morning, I found it like 7 a.m. So, point of the story is you'll eventually get a knack for this and a feeling for it, and you'll be amazing at it. Shout out to the beautiful people at Bookmap. If you don't know what this is all the liquidity. This is where the order book is. There's a huge sell orders here at 30,300. Looks like they're going to try to push the order book up there. That's the closest order of liquidity. Got another guy here at 30,500. They may push us up to that point. Trying to sell 542 Bitcoins in that zone. We could bounce here off this buy at 29,400. So we're seeing a trap in the market here. It is a bit of a rising wedge, but if what we want to do is we want to see some sellers come in here, some buyers come in here. We want to see buyers buy into this liquidity. If the buyers can get strong enough to tap 30,000. So we're looking if the buyers can tap 30K here. That's what we're looking at. It looking like we can get there. There's the liquidity there that's going to gravitate us up towards that area. You can also use your TA with this. If we draw this and draw that, look, it's a mini build. It's kind of a bull flag. The bigger version, though, it is a rising wedge. See this to this? And it does suggest that the rising wedge will break to the downside here. This is basically looking at the 1 second chart. I mean, this is happening in real time. This is the aggregated chart for Binance futures, right? Bybit and OKX. This is going to show you so much aggregated market data. It's going to show you where the whales are placing starts and stops. And it's really going to show you kind of what Bitcoin's going to do today based on where you see the liquidity on the order book. I have a link in the description below to Bookmap. I have an affiliation with them. They're a beautiful company. I have a link in the description. You get a discount that you can't get anywhere else using my link. And I don't sell Bybit links to you. I don't push, leverage trading stuff. I could. They've all hit me up. I could be making 60, 70 grand a month doing it. I've told them I want to just do my own tutoring and my own teaching and my own thing. I don't want to be branded with your stuff. I want to be clean with my stuff. But I do like Bookmap, and I do affiliate with them. So check out Bookmap. Every single day here on the live, we're showing you the Bookmap status, and you can get this at your home with a beautiful discount in the link below. So anyway, we're just a little stop at Bookmap to check out the liquidity. And big order there at 30,500. Usually they like to pull the liquidity up to their big orders. So a lot of sells in this zone, though. A lot of guys trying to get out here. A lot of buys down here. Trapping the price between 24,000 and 30,000. We're kind of locked in. 24,000, 29,004 and 30,003. They got us locked in with liquidity here. See that? They're trying to see how many people long or short. They're waiting to see how many people get on these sides. See, everyone thinks the market maker makes the move and then we react. But you don't realize is they're waiting for you to make your move so they can then get you. It's like a fish finder. You know how you have a fish finder? Have you ever been fishing and you can see where the fish are? He's going to look for you and he's going to see how many. If there's more up top, he's going to go for you guys up there. If there's more down there, he's going to go for you guys down there. He's going to wait to see where he should put that liquidity. So my TA suggests, it's funny, the liquidity is up here. My TA suggests we're coming down here to this liquidity because this is the zone we're in. And we're coming down to out of the rising wedge, right? And we're getting rejected by my top trend line. And the stochastics RSI are getting overbought. And they're my religion. If you watch my channel, I use stochastics RSI for my moves. Why? I can prove to you. Look, the stochastics RSI got above the dotted line and curved here. And you got to resistance preached up, but you're at the top trend line. Dumpage. You also made this beautiful rising wedge here. Okay? These rising wedges keep breaking down and they keep getting lower. See this? Rising wedge here, got this high, dumped. Rising wedge here, only got that high, dumped. Rising wedge here, dumped. That's a downtrend. You do not want to ride downtrends. What would stop this downtrend? Bitcoin needs a higher high above the previous high right there. Bitcoin makes a high here, that negates this downtrend, and then you could say, because right now, I'll show you, and this was what confuses beginners. They're not able to see two ideas at the same time. It's like chess. You need to play chess with the market maker. You need to play chess with your mind. So what I mean by this is, look, here's a lower low. Here's a higher high. Here's a higher low compared to that low. Bitcoin puts in a higher high. It's in an uptrend. You see it? It's in this giant channel that I got drawn here. That's why I added this second channel line, because there's an idea that we're in a bigger channel. Okay? Now, what would be crazy is this does make it up here. That would fulfill my inverted cup and handle. And then the break back down would be the measured move of the cup and handle back to the downside, which would be insane. So if this goes back up here, we bounce off 32K and come back down to 30,000, that would make 100% sense to me. Because what we would do is we would make this rising wedge here. We might dump now first to double bottom here. So we might dump and double bottom, then form the rising wedge out of the zone and make it back to the top here, and then dump and come back down. These are just projections. So technically we're still in an uptrend if Bitcoin can put in a higher high, okay? A higher high. Bitcoin needs a higher high. Technically here, because here's your high, there's your low. Honestly, no, I'm going to negate that idea completely, because here's your high, here's your low, that's a lower low. Downtrend. Downtrend's been since here. Look at that. There's your downtrend. And you just kind of skipped out of one time. So there's the pattern. Look at it. And you skipped out one time there, but you're getting pressed. Interesting. That's interesting. You could do this now. And, you know what? That's when we freestyle. We're going to freestyle. At another time during the show, I'm going to freestyle, which means I'm going to go to a blank Bitcoin chart, and I'm just going to throw out cool, crazy ideas that I see happening. Look out for that, because that's when I really channel, and that's where really interesting things happen, because I break through the mold, I Bruce Lee, and we start to really see things differently, because we don't want to lock ourselves into our own thought process. We always want to break free of our own mind. If our own mind becomes our prison, then where could we go? Where can we get out? Where can we be free? We cannot be free. We must be free. How do we be free? By being open-minded all the time, by trying to outthink ourselves, by not sticking ourselves in a box. We can't say Bitcoin's going one way and it has to be this way. It has to be that way. We got to stop doing things like that. We got to make sure we're always fluid. I talk about Bruce Lee because he talks about being like water. Water fills the glass. It can fill any glass. You pour it into a glass that's shaped like an oval, it fills the oval. It's shaped like a circle, it fills the circle. It goes into this jar, it fills out every space it can. It does not stay in one form. It can form any form that it has to form to get by. You want to be like water. And so when Bruce Lee said, be like water, that's what he was telling you. He was telling you to keep your mind limber, keep your mind free, keep your spirit flowing, keep yourself in a state of constant kind of being. Be in the present moment. Don't be in the past. People have hurt me, I can't do that. Oh, I've been hurt before, so I can't do these things. That's living in the past. Don't be in the future. Where am I going to be in fewer years? Oh my God, I don't know. Be in the present moment. The present moment is what you have complete control of. Be water in the present moment. Be fluid. Be ready to move at any given time. And that is the trading mentality that I believe will get you to the top. You must have proper mentality. You can learn all this TA that I teach you. You can learn everything that I break down. But if you don't get proper mentality, the proper trading mentality, I'm telling you right now, you will be gone. You know, you talk about Hinduism and Buddhism all the time, man. Let the GOAT, childhood hero. Dude taught me so much. Lee the GOAT, man. He was, man. Be like lemon water. Let's have a big glass of lemon water, everybody. Let's take a sip. I have lime in mine today, lime water, so a little different. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on into the live. So I predict a rejection here is happening based on the 1 hour and the 15-minute being oversold and based on being at the top of this channel here. So here's my channel. And we're coming to the downside. It's the downside, man. It's the downside. So there we do. And there we do. So yeah, at resistance, rolling over on the 1 hour. This is a short to me. Let's take a look at the 15-minute for entry. Yeah, the short's about to get ready. I enter longs when the 15-minute and the 1 hour are low. I enter shorts when the 15-minute and the 1 hour are high. You see? Highly likely to break back down. 68% chance I'm going to be right if I make this short. Now, I could be wrong and it could pump up and I'll get liquidated. Anything could happen. Or we could watch the liquidation wick first, then make the trade. It depends. It depends. So this is what I'm looking at here. So Bitcoin makes a lower low, not a good sign. It was making 3 higher lows in a row since May 12th. See that? It broke the trend. Now we have a downtrend. Likely we're going to make a lower low here. You have to assume Bitcoin will make a lower low at about 28,500. If it breaks that, we're heading down to 27,800. If it breaks that, we're headed down to 27K. If this falling wedge breaks to the downside, which it could, anything is possible. The measured move to the downside, if it decides to fall out of this, is somewhere right around here. Let me get rid of this random line I had. Right around here at 26,500. So, and that would be our double bottom. Okay. Wouldn't quite coincidental. So for today, I believe Bitcoin's going to go to the downside and head down to 28,005 area, and shorting the market looks like the best thing to do. We're right here. We're right here. We're right here. We shorted here. We shorted here. We're about to short again. We had a nice run to the upside. We've traded a few good coins. Let's talk about the gains. So this is what we do. We cyclically trade altcoins based on what happens with Bitcoin on the daily charts. Okay? If you join my server, this server is free. If you jump into the free server, we're about to hit 450 people in the group, everybody. Someone join right now. Send us to 450 people. I would greatly appreciate it. 425 people on the live. Only 209 likes. I didn't ask for the likes today. I was testing y'all. I was just seeing if I didn't say anything. But you know what? I've been watching a live stream before of someone that I super love and absolutely love, and I just forgotten to hit the like, but it's happened to me. And the guy's been hit the like, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't hit the like. So I personally have forgotten to hit the like button. I have to admit it. I can't believe I'm admitting this, but I have forgot to hit the like button for people that I actually love and really support and love. It just, you get in the zone. You're watching the content. You're sipping your coffee. You're home. You're comfy. Or you're at work. Or you're in the bathroom with your phone. And, you know, you're just trying to get that knowledge. And you're trying to learn. You completely forget to hit the like button. I get it. Hit that like button for the kid. I am a grown man, but I like to call myself the kid. Because I'm a Toys R Us kid. I'll never grow up. I don't want to say Toys R Us, really, but I'll never grow up, everybody. But if you join the regular server, you'll have access to the testimonials and just see what people are saying. You know, I think we're still in a bear market. I had a sign from, look at this guy saw a bear because he lives there. It's so funny. But I can't thank him enough. I paid, but what was given to me was priceless. I know what I need to do. I really believe everything happens for a reason. Thank you for your time. You've given me more advice than I could have hoped for in an hour. Once I master these steps, I will be needing another one-on-one for more advanced analysis. I can't thank you enough for opening my eyes, and hopefully I can be as successful as you and the other lifers. I wish you all the best. You and your family keep doing what you do. God bless. And there's just more and more of these. I've learned more in a week from you than this entire past year watching 20 YouTubers a day. I mean, I hear that all the time. They say, I've learned more in 1 week of your channel than watching all the other YouTubers combined. Everybody, I hear that all the time. But look at the gains we've made just yesterday. Okay? I talked about Serve. I put it out at 8:47 p.m. At 9:47 p.m., an hour later last night, this thing was up 35% gains. We nailed it. No stop loss got hit in the making of this trade. Can you believe that? Serve to the upside, right? Then we got Alpine. Alpine banged on them. We put it out yesterday on the live. This thing would bang out an hour later for gains, 27% gains for Alpine. All right. We had Backs I put out in this tight channel. It would pump, hit the target, come back down, of course, but not hit the stop loss and hit the target for 24% gains last night for gains. Then we hit Roar. I talked about Roar. Why did I X this out? Because it had a huge pump and dump. I said, forget that. It's still in a symmetrical triangle that wants, or ascending, even a bull pennant in mine. Bit of a bull pennant, symmetrical triangle. No, it's a bit of a bull pennant ascending triangle hybrid. It's a bit of a hybrid there because it has that rising, and this is almost flat. We put this out. This would bang on them and not hit the stop loss, as you can clearly see. They tried to stop on the first level, but we were at the second level, and we would bang on them for 21% gains. This was all yesterday and into last night. These are the gains we pulled off as I went to bed last night. So we continue to bang on them over and over again. Title for gains May 17th to May 18th. We woke up yesterday morning, huge gains, 79% out of a scalp that I was just trying to make. CHMB Valley would bang on them again and more. So money swap, we went over on the live stream on May 17th. This is in 2 days, everybody. This is in the 17th to the 18th. This is how many gains we made. 64% on 6-100, right? Just insanity. VR we nailed. And look at this is my analyst. He put this out there. My analysts are gold. I'm telling you, I am the most anal, like hardcore teacher you'll ever have. I make sure my students get the most information possible. And I have put my analysts to the test. If you become an elite charter of mine, I have made sure you are at the top of your game. You are neat. You're complete. You have fulfill ideas. I make sure you have the neatest charts. Your charts have to convey like 7 different ideas. You make sure the beginners get the most information. I'm telling you, and my elite charters take it seriously. People see how serious I am about coming to this live stream every single day, and they're like, you know what? If this man works like that, and I'm gonna join his team, then I'm gonna work like on another level. Like they take it to another level. My team blows me away every single day. I'll give you just a glimmer of what they post. I'll give you a glimmer. How neat they are, how complete they are, how awesome they are. Okay, look at this elite lifers chart. You shouldn't even see this unless you pay the $99. Shouldn't even see this, but look. He gives you Phantom Go right here at 10:30 a.m., right? Falling wedge. 15-minute SRSI is low. The 4-hour SI has upward momentum. Falling volume with falling price. And the RSI in bullish pattern and divergence. 3.54 risk-to-reward ratio. Potential risk is 19. Potential loss is 6%. Potential profit is 19. Potential loss is 6%, right? Then we take a look at the chart, and you can see what he does for you. He gives you the RSI on top. He gives you the stochastics, the MACD. He shows you falling volume with falling price. That's actually a hidden bullish divergence there. See that? Swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. That's a bit of hidden bullish divergence, if I say so myself, a little bit there, slightly. You should kind of swing to that one, but yeah, that works. I've seen that play out, even though it's kind of bending the rules a little bit. This is likely to break to the upside. You got a bit of a cup and handle forming too as well. This is the type of stuff that my analysts put out. Neat, complete, charts you can learn from, charts with good ideas and disclaimers, right? This is not financial advice. We don't tell you what to buy or sell in my group. We show you ideas that we're working on. Then you rechart those ideas, and if they fit your trading style, if you get proper risk management, if you get where you're at and you understand it, then you jump on in and you take that trade. We just show you setups that are highly likely to break out based on traditional science that we've been going at and in traditional TA that we go over day in and day out. Okay. And then I show it on the live stream every day. So if you're wary of jumping into the group, if you're like, I don't know if I should pay $99, I'm not sure. You see me here every day. So you don't have to really question it. You can be like, well, he hit M-Swap yesterday. He hit Alpine yesterday. He did these things live on the live. He hit Serve in an hour. Like, the guy is producing gains consistently over and over and over again. He shorted the market when Luna came out. He started a short before the Luna fiasco even began. How is that possible? We don't know. We found a cup and handle on the Luna short. And I'm telling you, the TA will tell you the news. The cup and handle on the Luna chart told us that Luna was going to do something strange. I even conveyed it to my group. I bring it up every day, but I bring it up because I can't believe it. I can't physically believe this. Like, I'm still learning that TA is this supernatural force that is somehow telling us what's going to happen before it happens. I can't explain it. But if you go to this third page here, right, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, dude, these shorts are aiming to tell us something. Luna 3S, 5-2, May 2nd. I'm talking about the idea that Luna's about to crash hard. And it didn't make sense at the time. Luna was like $100. Everything was going well. The market looked okay. So weird. But this cup and handle conveyed to us that something was brewing. I'm telling you right now, everyone, if you get with the TA, show me the charts and I'll show you the news. Show me the charts and I'll show you the news. Look, it was highly likely Bitcoin was going up here to 29,800. Why? Because this was an inverted head and shoulder. And the inverted head and shoulder breaks to the upside 70% of the time. Show me the charts. I'll show you the news. Then they'll tell you some news came out, and that's why Bitcoin pumped to the upside. And you're like, oh, good news. Job markets, it helped out the Dow, and then Bitcoin pumped. And you're like, oh, yeah, it was the news. That's why Bitcoin pumped. 800% up on that short because of Lifer. Shout out to Adrian De Silva. My man made 800%. Lifer, I think if you did a money back guarantee on the first month, people would jump in with 2 feet. Good job, Dr. House. Forrest Gump, I did that. Popping after you showed it. Sammy Cubbinheady, Calderon, I used to rehydrate. And those lines with the tablespoon of salt, lots of ice, recover better than Gatorade. Keep grinding. My man, I love you. 27,778 subscribers on the way to 27,800. Lifer, I love you. But you can't call that chart behind you neat. Oh, that's a neat chart. That's a neat chart, my friend. That's as neat as it gets. You know what I'm saying? It's as neat as it gets. Neat and complete. You know why? Because, now I'll show you. In my mind, I mean, there's a lot of ideas being conveyed here, and you don't want to lose them, you know? You don't want to lose them. So we got rejected by resistance, starting to fall to the downside. What would stop that from happening? Possibly 4-hour momentum, but the 4-hour could kind of bend on us here. I go with that 1 hour right now. The 1 hour is telling us that the afternoon is going to the downside. So it looks like this. We go to the downside. Now, this could be support, and we could bounce here. So we're looking for a bounce there. If not, we break that. This is our next support. We bounce there, and if not, here. I believe we come to the bottom of the channel here. I believe that's where we end up, okay? And that area is about 28,500, okay? But again, that's what the chart conveys. I shouldn't say I believe. That's what I think is most likely based on the charts. But nothing's guaranteed, and anything could happen, all right? Now we freestyle a clean chart because my man says it's not neat. Not neat enough for him. He wants it like this. He wants a clean cut. Now, when I look at this, I've been looking at the 12-hour chart for Bitcoin, and I don't like what I see, okay? When I look at the 12-hour chart, I'm in this, I mean, it's a symmetrical triangle, right? But to me, it's pretty bear flaggy. It's pretty bear flaggy. And I'm looking at the measured move for this bear flag because I took the length of the pole here, and we're talking somewhere at about 21,000. Not saying this is guaranteed to happen, and it doesn't mean it has to. There's a chance we could bounce and go sideways. And again, I want to make it very clear. I do not know where Bitcoin's going to go. I don't know if we're going to 21K or 10K. I don't know if we're going to reverse and go back to 60K. I do not know. And honestly, I'm not betting on either one of those things. I'm going to look at the TA each day, and the TA is going to give me the highest probability of what's going to happen, and I'm going to do that. That's it. That's it. And honestly, I'm going to show up every single day. I'm going to do the TA every day, and I know I'm going to catch the bottom because I'm not going to take a day off. If I catch a day off, that one day I take off, maybe the day the bottom comes. So I am committed to finding the bottom in this cycle to each and every one of you. I promise you guys, unless I die or I'm so sick that I cannot move, even then I feel like I'll be like trying to do I'll be like, hey guys, I'm live streaming on the live. But honestly, unless I am like on my deathbed, I will be here streaming the bottom for you and your family and your loved ones and everybody that wants to take advantage of Bitcoin. I'm doing it for you guys. I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for my family. I'm doing it for everybody that wants to be financially free. Can I get a yes, baby? Can we get out of this? Sorry, but that's why I show up every day. I'm passionate. I am passionate about empowering the individuals to empower themselves to change their lives. I changed my life. I'm a different person. I show up every day. I'm consistent. I feel it. I live it. I dream it. I live my dreams. I dream these ideas. I live in my ideas now. I don't live in other people's ideas. I live in my own ideas. I created this logo. I created this YouTube channel, and I live in it now. I live in my own creations. It is a beautiful thing when you live in your own creations. But you gotta dream. You gotta have a vision. You gotta want it. You gotta pick yourself up, and you gotta be disciplined. Because if you don't show up every day, if you're not consistent for yourself, then nobody's going to be consistent for you, and nothing's going to change in your life. It's going to be the same Wednesday every single day, over and over and over again. It is Thursday, isn't it? But yeah, it's going to be the same Wednesday over and over and again. So I just got to get you guys motivated. I got to get you guys excited. I got to get you out of your seat. I got to make you realize that this energy is contagious, that you can change your lives, that I changed my life, and then now I'm here, and you know what? I'm not going anywhere. The lifers are not going anywhere. We're going to be here. We are going to be here. We're going to stream the bottom of Bitcoin. We will be here the day Bitcoin hits a bottom. I will be here with my suit on and my pocket square ready. Shout out to each and every one of you. I do have a pocket square. Maybe I can put it on in the shirt. I never did that before. I've never seen this. The shirt with the pocket square. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But you know what? I don't do things other people do. I do things differently. And that's what makes us the lifers, baby. And that's what makes us strong. Okay, so look, this is a double bottom here on the 12-hour. All right, I have to convey. And so, like, even though the high Stokes, right? This is our measured move of the double bottom. Bitcoin back up here to 35,000. And that's just it. Why is that the measured move? Well, because this is a W. The middle of the W is where you take your measured move from. And you take the neckline to one of the W kind of movements there. And that suggests that Bitcoin will get to 35,000. However, 12-hour is a bit overbought, but what does it flip up here and kind of hang out and then dump? And does that get us up? This could occur, but I am showing you there's a possibility that we go to 21,000. That's the measured move. If you don't get above this high here, you get rejected by 30,400. You're likely heading to the downside. Okay. Lifer makes TA easy to understand. Shout out to the lifers at San Quentin in Cell Block C. Shout out to all my lifers in San Quentin and Cell Block, baby. I love y'all. I love y'all. No, I really did tutor a guy in prison like 4 months ago. My man was there for like 19 years on a murder charge he said he didn't do. No, because I did a guy in a halfway house, and he said that guy I did a guy at a halfway house, but the guy that put him on to crypto and was watching my channel months later got a meeting with me, and he's like, listen, I hope you're all right with this. I'm in prison. I'm in a cell right now. And I'm like, dude, if you're trying to change your life from prison, I'm 100% for you, and I'm with you 110%. So I was like, I actually got goosebumps, and I realized that on that moment and that time, I realized I was changing people's lives. I realized I was changing people's lives when I did a guy in a halfway house and a guy in prison. And I was like, man, and I gave them the best sessions I could because I'm like, these people are in prison trying to change their lives. I'm going to give them every single thing I have, like everything I have. So that's Bitcoin in a bit of a nutshell, everybody. All right. I believe we're going to head to the downside of the 1 hour time frame. Levels to watch, and then I'm looking at this 12-hour time frame. I don't like it. I don't like it as the daily is about to get extended and not get above a previous high. So if the daily rolls here, you don't get above this high or this high. I mean, you're bear flagging to the downside, baby. You know, so be careful. And I'll be here every single day, and I do updates. If you join my trading group, I do updates every couple of hours for Bitcoin. You get a video clean update with the beautiful radio voice, of course. Even throw my face in there so you get to see me, right? Sometimes. But the point of the story is, you know, you're going to be updated. You're going to be equated. And look, we got that person, 450 people in the trading group. Yes! 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 Look at this, 450 concurrent viewers, 450 in the trading group. Is everybody in the trading group watching right now? That would be unbelievable. Unbelievable. Shout out to each and every one of you. We're moving forward every single day. I love it. I love it. There's no reason to be upset. There's no reason to be depressed. There's no reason to live in fear, worry, and doubt. We don't need that in our lives. We are strong. We are committed. We live in love. Love destroys all fear because when you live in love, you're empowered. When you're empowered, you have no fear. When you don't have fear, you're able to do what you put your mind to. So I live in love every single day. Everyone around me has a high frequency of love. High frequency builds strength, builds confidence. Confidence builds energy. Energy builds basically the end result, which is pushing forward and getting done what you want to get done. Do you have visions? Do you have goals? Do you have dreams? Do you have hopes? I know you do, right? Do you want to live on an island one day, right? Maybe you want to change the world. Maybe you want to change the way we move. Maybe you want to change the way we fly. You know, we roll deep, baby. Shout out to HPR, man. My man, Peter. Thank you, Peter. 50% retrace to 69K, 25K low play, 47.49, and then ultimate crash down to 14.5. Hey, that could be possible, man. Nothing but high frequency here. Love learning. Until you have a clear vision, you will never succeed. Shout out to my man, Roddy Robinson. I love you, Roddy. I love you with all my heart, man. Hope you're having a wonderful time getting through these tough times with the lifers, bro. We're with you every single day of the week, man. We got you, baby. We got you. So now we're going to freestyle, everybody. We're going to freestyle the Bitcoin chart. I just like to, See if I see something differently than what I've drawn before. Okay. I like to look at the weekly. Zoom out. And we zoom out on the weekly a lot here on the channel. Okay. We had hidden bullish divergence. It got negated. I cannot believe it. I'd never see it get negated. It's very rare. It actually did play out a little bit, but we got rejected by this high. So here's our zones. I mean, Bitcoin broke a huge resistance. There's a free fall here. See? Only thing stopping us was the 200-day moving average there. See that? Only thing stopping us was the 200-day. Actually, let me freestyle on the index, on the long history index. Like, let's be real. I talked about my wife about how I do the Bitcoin and the weekly candle close yesterday. I was like, how do you feel about that? I was like, I'm pretty sure you can't stand it. And she's like, oh, I hate it. She's like, your daughter loves it. She's like, she hears it in bed and she giggles. She's like, it's her favorite thing in the world. I was like, yeah, a lot of people probably can't stand it. She's like, oh, they hate you. They can't stand it at all. I was like, other people love it. I was like, I got to do it now that I do it. I just got to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? When collab with Frankie, he rep you a lot about the same positivity and you share every day, man. Shout out to Frankie Candles, man. Check out Frankie Candles. Really positive, nice guy. Congratulations, Lifer. I can't wait to be a part of the group once I can afford it. But until then, I'm going to watch every single live and keep practicing what I learned in the beginner's course. Shout out to BCG, man. My wife and daughter love it. See? When collab with Frankie, he rep you a lot, man. We'll get it in, man. We'll get it in. I just asked him to send an email. Maybe he did. Once a week, I go through all my emails. They pile up. There's 100. My wife begs me. She's like, you have 100 attention emails. She's like, go through your emails for crying out loud. I'm like, all right. All right, so looking at Bitcoin here. This is what we're looking at on the weekly, and we're hoping that this weekly can hold here and that we may get a bounce at least back up here to 35,000. So everyone's looking at this area, 35,000, 36K to revisit, right? It's interesting how it would be resistance and it would be the top of the channel. It's funny how that happens. A lot of coincidences in trading, but it would be this zone right here. And then, right? We touched the 200-day moving average. A lot of people think that could be our bottom because whenever we hit a bottom, we don't go much lower. However, someone mentioned that the hedge fund started saying that recently. And when hedge funds start saying that, they want you to think it's okay. That may be them telling us they're going to get us even lower than that. So be very, very careful of that. Be very, very careful of that. On the monthly chart, we could easily go to the 200, you know. So on the 2-week chart, we could head down to the 200 too, which is 17,000 right now, okay? So don't, we do hit the 200. Look, we hit the 200 on the 2-week chart. That is our bottom. So to me, it's conveying right now. Now, Bitcoin could go lower. And if Bitcoin's price goes lower, the 200 moving average starts to go lower too. It'll get sucked up and then it will bend. So it could just do something like that. Point of the story is we're looking at 17K right now that's where I would load up personally. Because that's where the bottom was here. That's where the bottom was there on the 2-week chart on the 200-day moving average. Okay. Frankie loved watching you fondle his Bitcoin charts as he watched from the shadows of his office chair. You're so funny, man. That's the bottom line. When you read Lifer's testimonials, you'll know you're in the right place. I hit the like button for Rodney Robinson, the real dad bod. Shout out to Zero Allegiance. Shout out to Love Learning. Shout out to all my moderators who show up every single day. Choose Crypto, Calder Ronster, Love Learning, Rainier, my man, Anku Kutsi Butsu, Grace Protocol, all my amazing people. My man Rodney. Want to make sure I got it. Crypto Cash, my buddy. Love you all. And everyone here. Chrissy Fouts, Amory Thompson. I used to do a roll call and say everybody's name. Impossible now. But I love you all. Thank you. Trap the short trades. At Dad's live show. Transcendex or Transextend. I don't know how you're saying that. Chris Baza, Tang, John Connor, and HPR. Each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. One thing that has changed, though, I've been doing so much teaching when new people come in. We get less super chats than we used to get, which is funny. It could be a bear market, bull market thing. But again, so we're looking at the 2-week chart, and it's suggesting that we could get a bounce here. We did break big support line, but this is a falling wedge, and when you hit the bottom of a wedge, usually you do bounce. However, if a falling wedge breaks to the downside, it breaks down parabolically. And look, that would also bring us to past 17K, and that actually brings you to 4K. Do we go to 4K? I don't think so. But again, I don't like using I think, I believe, I feel. Who knows? Anything is possible. Anything is possible in trading cryptocurrency. We don't know where we go. Anything is possible. So I hope you got enough out of this today. if you stay tuned towards the end, I'm going to show you a pi cycle logarithmic chart at the very end of the video today. If we get the likes up to 500 likes during the live stream, I'll show you a pi cycle logarithmic chart that will blow your mind, that'll show you how to get out at the top on the next cycle. So if you want to know when to get out on the next cycle, I would stay tuned because I'm going to give you the exact indicator that's going to predict the top. It's predicted the top for Bitcoin every single time. It's never been wrong, and I believe it will be right on the next cycle top. So if you want that, if you're interested in that, if you're excited for that, jump on in and stay tuned and be here for the end of the live, which is around 11:30. And we're going to give you that information and blow your mind. So stay tuned for more, everybody. Stay tuned for more. There's always a trick up my sleeve. There's always a trick up my sleeve. I got it, baby. I got it. Okay. Tell me I deleted my KuCoin charts, or they're not loading right now. They're just not loading. No. Anyway, to make it real simple in a nutshell, levels to watch for Bitcoin. You have big rejection at 30,600. Got to get back above that. You got big rejection here at 31,500. Got to get above that. And you're at this big time resistance that we talked about at 29,000. I already did this already, though. I don't know. It's just not loading my... It's going to load my stuff in a second. I'm like overloaded. Mana did break out of that a little. Mana 3S. Maybe it was my Binance chart. Yeah, it was my Binance. Still trying to push up to the upside here. We're still playing with a green candle here. But we're yeah. Fine, a little more adjustment. The only thing that could happen is if we push up miraculously out of this. Sometimes they go to smaller time frames to look for a flag. And it just looks like it's just going sideways. I'm sticking to my conviction that this will break to the downside and that we should be shorting the market. Let's go look at a short real quick. Let's look at Bitcoin down on Binance or BolsaDex. You could trade Bitcoin down on Binance or BolsaDex. Look how funny that is. Look, shoulder, head, and a shoulder. And that was the inverted head and shoulder Bitcoin broke out of. So it's kind of cool. You can look at these juxtaposed ideas and play with them. Look, we put the short out a long time ago. Look, the short is up nicely already. Up 21%. Since we first conveyed this falling wedge to the you know. So, and we've been shorting the market way down up, you know. We've been doing a lot of shorts. So, anyway, let's take a look at this on the daily time frame. It's oversold, which tells us that it wants to bounce. Okay, it's not up high, really high. Shout out to the PAR 250. Thank you so much for the love, man. An idea, yeah, you could say that this was in a bull, kind of a, I don't know, that's messy. Say it broke out, broke in. I guess that's kind of high. The only thing you can do here is this. Symmetrical triangle that could break to the upside. I've seen that happen I've seen that this exact pattern where it has this like gap down here, but it kind of has a gap in there. And I've seen this exact pattern play out many times. It's funny. This exact pattern, like it has, because it has this gap loop here, but it still forms the angle. Very interesting, you know. So Bitcoin down, highly likely to break out on the daily time frame. Looking like Bitcoin wants to dump on us, right? I mean, I'm just 4 hour. It looks like it could, you know, indecision, but it could curve with the 1 hour. I've seen it happen. 1 hour is pointing to the upside on this because you're pointing to the downside on Bitcoin. So you know that you're pointing to the up. Yeah, see? So possible scalp for Bitcoin down or Bitcoin 3S. You can play Bitcoin down or Bitcoin 3S. Let's look at them. Make sure they should both look somewhat similar, but I just want to double check and convey. KuCoin's been playing some games on their 3S allocations every once in a while. I don't want to make sure they're pegged properly at the moment. This song's cool. It keeps you like nice and calm, you know. And if we look at the 1 hour here. Yeah, so they're both basically in these similar patterns. They're not going to be exact. To me, this is a retest. See, it's retesting that area. So we could kind of look at it like that. This has a higher pitch though. See? This one stayed more down here and did this. So we're looking at this. You could look at it like this. And it's retesting. See, it broke out. It's retesting for a breakout to the upside. I like that as a possible retest. Again, anything could happen. But I do love trading the retest. I got to zoom in here for a second. This I take advantage. If Bitcoin's going to go to the downside, I take advantage of Bitcoin by trading it the short way, 3x leverage token on KuCoin. It's just 3x leverage. It's not crazy. You know, you don't go crazy here. So Oh, so here's my older work. Yeah, because it doesn't show you your work when you split screen it, which is really weird, right? But that's what it did. So Bart Simpson to the downside, head and shoulder broke to the downside. You can see that clear as day, right? So now you have this bottom trend holding. Kind of have this going on. See that? You got this going on. So if anything, I could at least just pattern trade this back to the top of the pattern. Up, down, up. That's pattern trading one-on-one, the falling wedge back to the upside. We've been doing this a lot too. Pattern trading Bitcoin, just ping-ponging it. Just bing-bong, 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 you know. Just bing-ding. Now, this is looking weird, though, but yeah. So this is the move to play the short to the upside on the low stochastics of the 1 hour time frame. That this will break back to the upside here, and we'll get a move, okay, for Bitcoin. Shorting Bitcoin. That will hurt the USDT pairs as well. So if you're in a bunch of USDT trades, you should be careful. Okay. Let's jump into the show. And the DXY is getting pounded. Thank God. We talked about it, right? Thank God. We said there was an idea that we would get rejected to the downside. How did we go over this? Well, we talked about this being an ascending triangle. This is my work from yesterday. Why I love leaving my kind of, people say messy, but this is my little cartoon work here. And I said, you know, I hope we break to the downside. Downside. We were high on the 4 hour too, and the 4 hour was overbought. See? And I'm saying, I was like, we got to bounce. And ascending triangles break down 50% of the time. So there's a 50% shot that we were going to break down. Also, we had this beautiful resistance that, look, if we go to the 2-week chart, I kept saying that there's no way we're going to get through this resistance that started in 2016. It even has a little bit right there in 1999. This is 20-year resistance. Are you kidding me? You know, we broke back above it, but thank God that candle turned green again. You know, and we went over this so many times, and we talked about this level on my live stream, and I talked about the 2-week chart being super high over and over again. And I said, and if that dumps on you, that's a move for Bitcoin to the upside, isn't it? Right? I've gone over this many times. If that dumps on you, that's a move for Bitcoin to the upside. You have a lot of people saying we're going down to 17K. We could get worse. A lot of people saying that, no, we're going to have another rally. You know, and there's two parties. And honestly, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm showing up every day, just taking the charts one step at a time. And I know if I do that, one day I'm going to look at the daily. The daily is going to bounce off of support, and I'm going to be able to long. And I'm going to be like, that's my long there, and I'm going to catch a bottom. Or one day I'm going to see resistance, and I'm going to have to short. And we're going to keep shorting the market. So if we just keep going to the 1 hour, 4 hour, and the daily charts, they're going to give us the highest probability of what's going to happen. And it's been deadly accurate. Like, most traders knew we were going to the downside here. And we started shorting the market. We went to the downside. You know, glad to hear the future of Kadena, Colandrea, and Frankie Candles and Lifer. Glad to hear future Colandrea with Frankie Candles and Lifer. Wish I could post videos in here. It's truly an amazing sight to watch. He generally loves watching, listening to the Lifer. I wish I could post videos in here. It's truly an amazing sight to watch. He generally loves watching / listening to the Lifer. Who does? Oh, Frankie does? I try to keep people entertained, man. This is a show. I was in movies before. I was on stage. I did a lot of stuff. I'm a performer. I'm performing right now, everybody. Make it clear. I am performing. This is a performance. I'm exhausted at the end, okay? We got the voice. We got the movement. We got the energy. You know what I'm saying? And I have to use my mental mind to kind of get through the chats, right? So dollar index, highly likely to break to the downside, and it is. I mean, look at the 4 hour pointing to the downside now. That's going to be a good relief rally for Bitcoin. Relief rally for Bitcoin. The dollar bangs on us. But right now, look, the dollar's probably low on the 1 hour. See? And that shows there is no relief rally yet. It shows that the dollar's going to try to creep back up into the pattern, hopefully get a bearish retest and dump to the downside. So we're looking today for the dollar to try to make a V-shaped recovery back in. Look, that was a shoulder. That was a head. That was a shoulder. Head and shoulders break to the downside 68% of the time. I say 90, man. But anyway, it's going to try to get back in and do a bearish retest, hopefully of this level right here. So that's going to be watching for today. We should get a bounce back on the dollar. I hate to say that. Bitcoin should struggle and come back down. My short should play out based on what's happening, but nothing is guaranteed. So we'll go from there. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial. The Dow Jones taking the hit from the rising wedge that I had right here. See this rising wedges break down 68%. Say it again with me. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time, everybody. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. And that rising wedge did what? It broke down. It broke down. It broke down. My idea was that we would bounce here. And then I also circled this. I circled this. I said, we're probably going to come down here. Because the 1 hour time frame was extremely overbought yesterday. I was like, oh, we're dumping. And you're in a rising wedge. That's what Bitcoin's in right now. Bitcoin's high on the 1 hour, and Bitcoin's in the exact same place the Dow was yesterday. Rising wedge with high stochastics on the 1 minute, on the 1 hour. What do you think's going to happen? I'm just saying. I'm not playing, but I'm saying, right? So, and RIP to my man, Christopher Wallace, man. We love you, Biggie. We always love Big Papa. So, check it out. Look at this. Recognize a real Don when you see one. Sipping on booze in a house of blues. I'm going back to Cali. I'm going back to Cali. Man, we grew up on that, man. I was born in 1983. 1994, I was 10 years old. I got into rap music when I was 11, 12. I started doing it. I got into rap. I mean, rap grew up my entire, that's kind of what we were. Before school every day, and listening to Talib Kweli. He expanded my mind. He made me conscious. He made me think about the world. He made me realize that I didn't always have it right, that I had to expand my mind to really get where I wanted to go. Guys, 380 likes ain't going to cut it, everybody. It's just not going to cut it today. The like party just ain't as happy as they were yesterday. Get that finger going, everybody. Come on. If you were streaming, I'd hit that like button. If you said it and I remembered, I have forgot a few times. But we conveyed this idea yesterday. I deleted my work, but we conveyed this idea. If you watch my live stream, highly likely the Dow is coming back down here to 31,000, 30,900. It took a little bit of a bounce here. It's trying to hold 31,000 really, really hard right now. Now it's oversold in the 1 hour. It should get a bounce back to the upper trend line. And this is just pattern trading 101, everybody. Up, down. You should bounce back to the upside. That's also a falling wedge. So we're a little uncorrelated right now, a little decoupled for a second. Can the Dow get the bounce to the upside and actually close the day green? I say the Dow may close the day green based on the dollar. The dollar might pump on us and make us go sideways, but the Dow may close the day green. It's down 396 points. Based on the stochastics RSI, let me look at the 15-minute. 15 minutes a little high. That actually you're making a bear flag. That's actually no goose. That's no goose. No goose for dinner, everybody. No goose for dinner. Let's take a look at this. Because, look, that's a bear flag that you're forming here. I love the gaps in the Dow. Don't you love the gaps? That's why I trade crypto. No gaps in trading action. Horrible. Bang, right? 30,500 is the measured move of this bear flag. Technically, we do want to go there because the stochastics RSI, which are deadly accurate, coming to the downside. If you trade one way, then you'll be right most of the time. If you trade 100 different ways, then you'll never know when you're right or wrong. You got to trade one way to get a percentage, to get a probability percentage gain on the market, okay? I will teach you these things. I will teach you how to be disciplined, how to stay formed, and how to show up every single day for yourself. Use me as an example and just show up every day for yourself. You will absolutely love your life. You'll begin to love yourself. Everything will kind of form. Look, shoulder, head, and shoulder here on total. The total market cap conveyed that this would break to the downside. What did it do? It broke to the downside. How many patterns have we shown today? I think over 150. I don't even know. You tell me. You tell me. Shout out to Joseph Totino with the $9.99. My man. Shout out to Moneybag444. My dude. We love you. Had to send a super chat for Talib Kweli. My man. Thank you so much. Now I know who's here, who's listening. Shout out to Peter Halaz Jr. Black Star together is better than Talib and Mos Def alone individually. Love Black Star, man. Yo, Guru. I love Guru. Grew up on Guru. Emery Thompson, he did the song live. Dope. I interviewed it. Him and OK Player. It's on their channel. The third Friday of the month is when the options expire. The third Friday of the month. So that's tomorrow, right? Yeah. So, so options expire on the third Friday of every month, which I believe that will be tomorrow. Because the third is because May, the 27th is the next. Yeah, exactly. We had Friday the 13th. Wow, that week went by so fast. It was just Friday the 13th. So look, inverted head and shoulder, basically this is what we saw on Bitcoin on crypto, right? But you need to get back into this channel. And to me, you don't get back into this channel, you're just bearishly retesting and you're going to dump. If the daily is high and the 4 hours coming up, I've seen that play out as a bearish retest. So what you hope is we convey this, that you're in something like this. And that you're attempting to break out. So desperately, and this is the good thing, if you're bearish, then you're going to panic sell everything and you're going to miss the big pump, right? If you're over bullish, then you're going to long here, and when it rolls over, you're going to get banged out. If you're open-minded and you're Bruce Lee like water and you're like the lifers and you say, well, you know what? Bitcoin needs to break above the previous high and use it as support for me to long, then you're using your brain. You're starting to use some you're starting to use some logic behind your trading style and not just some random feeling that you have. Okay? This is even a shoulder. That can be a head. That can be a shoulder. You could kind of say that it fell through the neckline, a little ugly move there. So movement on the 4 hour for sure. But the 1 hour coming to the downside. So I do see this first. Even if we are eventually going to break out, I do see some downside here back to $1.2 trillion. Now that level needs to hold. $1.2 trillion does not hold. We're coming back to that bottom at 1.1. And then again, we don't hold 1.1, everybody. You all know where we're going, right? And you know what happens when we break $1 trillion, right? I hate to break it to you, but that we break $1 trillion. And I hate to show you, but like right here is our only support zone at 1.1. We break 1.1, we get into this chop. So there's some areas of support and resistance here that could hold us down, right? Could hold us down. But then you're talking 854, and you break that, you're going to 660 billion. And you start stripping B's off of this, we're going to be in some trouble. So this is the total market cap of all of cryptocurrency, everybody. Okay? And we're looking at the daily time frame is moving with momentum, has momentum. The 4 hour time frame is moving up and pushing up. The daily is saying, hey, I'm at resistance right now. I need to cool off before I can continue. I mean, the 1 hour. So the 1 hour is going to have to do its thing. Ever look at DAG, anybody? I hold some DAG. Andre, Nikotima, Project Pat, some old school hitters. I love them. Around the Blockchain with Lifer live. No, we're not live today, everybody. Around the Blockchain is not live today. They're at VCon in Minnesota. I should have flew to Minnesota, though. I was about to fly there. I was this close, baby. So sad to say, I will not be on Around the Blockchain. And I'm on Around the Blockchain on Thursdays. Every Thursday at 5 p.m. Today is Thursday. I'm climbing up and down the tower with the 8. There you go, baby. We had a slug from Atmosphere at the Longwood concert. Was lit. Oh, yeah, slug. Yeah, Atmosphere. Always missed the first hour on Thursday. Need my VP to move his weekly staff meeting. Anybody got a good reason I can give him? Yeah, tell him that it's better after lunch because too many people are not eating enough breakfast because they rush to the meeting. And they need to have a good breakfast, man. And, after lunch would be so much better. 12:30. Also, you want to see some things move during the day. You want to see some things in the office happen during the day so you can make more of the meeting. By starting the meeting in the morning, you can't add what the day kind of maybe brought up. So because the day had some switches in it, you're like, well, we can also bring up what Thursday brought up and kind of see what we implemented from last week's meeting. And so I think by changing the meeting to 1 p.m., it'll help the general company because we'll be able to bring out some of the things that went over the Thursday morning and see how they worked out with what we implemented last. You get what I'm saying? I think that could work, man. I really do. Latin to Smackdown is one of my favorite albums at David Kettle. You guys are awesome. So we have a lot of hip-hop fans here in the group. Amazing. Shout out to Wendizzle for the 2222. You're amazing. I'm taking it all in while playing Crypto Made at the Airbnb I operate. That new trading video you put out yesterday is fire. The visuals, wow. You have a gift of adding so much value in such a small time frame. Thank you. Wendizzle, I love you. And thank you. Words like that keep me going every single day. Just tell your VP crypto is life. Just tell your VP to watch my channel, and then he'll realize, he'll be like, oh yeah, we got to watch that channel. We can't do anything else. We got to make money in crypto. Like, measured move of total, if we do break out of this falling wedge, is back here to resistance at $145 trillion. That would be amazing, though. That would be awesome. That would be beautiful. So 1 hour suggests we come down, lower prices, scoop them up. All right. That's the total market cap of all of cryptocurrency. Everybody, so you know you're in the right place. We're not just looking at one thing. We're looking at a bunch of different things. Cheese and dope is the IRL. Funny. Don't forget self-title. Self-title is hilarious. Self-title. I ban you. I hit you with 100,000 pounds of bullshit. I could do a self-title, you know. I hit you with 100 cannons. Slap with a butter sandwich with a bandages. We're up to the nose to the double tangents. I came into the car launches. The results launches. The balls launches. The ball tosses. Self-title, the best rapper ever, man. Funniest rapper I ever heard in my life, yo. Like, straight up, like, self-title is hilarious. I'd love to meet that dude one day. He never really got what he deserved, man. He kind of like, you know, I love self-title, though. Double Bly, you guys are awesome, man. I love you. You guys are real down, man. You're going to do great, Sam. Been with you. You're just over a year now. Hands down, the best group out there. This isn't a month that's gone by where I haven't been able to pay for the group. Learn. Chris B, I love what you just said. There isn't a month that's gone by that he hasn't been able to pay for the group, using the group. Just took profit from an 8% candle off Gala and sacrificed a little extra for the beginner course. Confidence, make it back quick. Wow, I love that. Smart man. Using your trading to pay for your next move. Thanks, Love Learning. It was good. Shout out to my man, Pete. We love you, brother. Hope you're doing well, Brandon. KDA, Coda the Friend. Y'all check him out. Incredible. Living Legends, The Grouch, some hip-hop underground. You guys are funny. So, again, though, when we look at this, this is the total three. This is the total market cap of all of the altcoins. Again, it looks just like Bitcoin trying to get back into this channel. And we could open it up and say, okay, it's in this bigger bull flag. Fine, that's okay. Bottom of the channel, but look, I mean, now it's in this smaller. Now it's in a smaller channel here. And you're at resistance. You double bottomed, you hit the measured move, and you're at resistance, and you're about to roll over on the 1 hour time frame. So unless we get a miracle here or something crazy happens and we pop, this looks to roll over for me. And the altcoins don't look that strong right now. This is the total market cap of all the altcoins, everybody. The 4 hours should have momentum, though, just like every other. 4 hours should pop, but that's a lower low. So we're seeing some issues here. And that's why when I look at this, I run this back up, and I say, man, bearish retest. We're looking for the bearish retest. 4 hour comes up, rolls over. Okay? And then we see way more downside. Okay? That's the total market cap. And so that's it. And then we look at Bitcoin dominance. All right? Bitcoin dominance pumps. It tells us that we're going to get either push up for Bitcoin or a dump for Bitcoin. It happens both times, Bitcoin dominance pumps. Or altcoins take a hit too. So when Bitcoin dominance pumps, altcoins take a hit. However, look, we didn't move the measured move. We just couldn't. We hit this resistance point here very easily. Actually, what I see now, look, rising wedge, break down 68% of the time. See that? You don't see it at first, but when you start to get it, and now it's conveying that we're going to break down. Just like Bitcoin's going to break down. You see that? Little altcoin relief rally coming today. If Bitcoin dominance breaks to the downside, that's a little altcoin relief rally. All right? 1 hour's even getting high. So possibly altcoin relief rally is coming here for the altcoins. Bitcoin could take a chill pill and go sideways. Now, this is the US tether dominance. This is retesting this previous line here, which also kind of is this, you know, the diagonal. It's getting very close to the diagonal support line. Falling wedge should break up to the upside as we suggested. It did. The measured move was here. We only got to this resistance, and then dominance started to fall down. People decided they didn't want all that tether, right? This is how many people are running in and out of tether, all right? Tether dominance. However, isn't tether dominance in a bit of a savvy cup and heady to the upside and oversold in the 1 hour? This suggests that tether dominance wants to pump. That means Bitcoin's usually going to the downside. We flip this upside down by inverting our chart. That's the Bitcoin chart right there. That's the rising wedge Bitcoin's in that wants to break to the downside 68% of the time. So then I see the falling wedge that breaks up 68% of the time. When I see two things that both tell me there's a 68% chance coming, it's a double confluence, okay? It's adding to my idea of the chart, okay? It's adding to what I see happening going on, okay? So that's it, everybody. We've gone over Bitcoin, Bitcoin dominance, the dollar index, the Dow Jones, total 3, and U.S. tether dominance. I throw the S&P 500 in there for you as well. Why not? We were hoping for a bounce. I kept saying we were going to get a bounce on the S&P 500. Why did I say that? Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look. I said we needed to create a double bottom here. We were high. Yesterday I was looking at this on the 4 hour, and I said to everyone, no good, right? S&P is in a rising wedge. See, this is funny. Bitcoin's in this right now. Seems like they did it, and now Bitcoin's going to follow a day later. But that's a beautiful double bottom. And that's a lot of times when the rising wedge ends its nasty journey to the downside at the double bottom. Okay? Bit of a broadening falling wedge, but we are double bottoming there. All right? We should get a bounce. I've talked about the 2-week chart being extremely oversold here. Look at that. I mean, every time we bend this low, we've gotten a huge bounce to the downside, to the upside. Bounce, bounce. Everyone else is bearish, but right now my charts are conveying that we're going to get some type of bounce at some point here. Weekly chart at that resistance. We went over this. We break this level, though. This is our last level of chop. We break this level, we're bouncing here or here. Okay, and that's bad downside. And we could come to the 21 just like Bitcoin did. I mean, the 200-day moving average. You could see that on the S&P. All right. 4-hour wants to bounce hard right now to the upside. It's a good sign for Bitcoin. S&P wants to make a bounce. So even though Bitcoin wants to, that's interesting. Usually Bitcoin's correlated, but today they seem uncorrelated. All right. Oh, no, that's not right because the 1 hour wants to dump. So no, they aren't. I was looking at the 4 hour. Sorry. What worries me about this is, you know what? This is what's happening. Shoulder, head, you're making the right shoulder on the 1 hour. Then you're going to break on out and get to the top of the channel. So look for the 1 hour to come here and make a right shoulder on the S&P. That's what I see happening. And that's the inverted head and shoulder that should break to the upside. That's my projection. All right. I also got the bullish divergence for you here. Swing down to swing down. I'll take a way of my round idea there. Swing down to swing down and swing up to swing up here on the RSI. Conveys that we did hit a bit of a bottom here. All right. Conveys that we did hit a bit of a bottom. That's bullish divergence, if you didn't know. All right. All right, everyone, let's jump on into the altcoins. Let's do altcoin deep dives now. Let's have some fun. 11:23. Tougher time getting through the market this morning. There's a lot to go over. Wasn't as easy. So RACEFI, banging on them. Look at that thing. Banged on them. Coming back down here in a bit of a falling wedge and touching the 21-day moving average. You know what? The last few days, a lot of these, even though when the 4 hours getting extended, have been able to propel themselves up for a little more gain. This measured move is conveyed. There's an idea that this could pump to the upside here. Be very careful. High risk, high reward. It's already pumped. The 4 hours probably overbought. It is, but that could still loop up. You'd be surprised. 1 hour has momentum touching the 21-day moving average. That's usually where you get a move back to the upside if you get one. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed in anybody's trading style. Make that clear. Beginners start watching someone on YouTube and they think like everything they say is guaranteed, and it's just like, just because I hit a few gains that like I am the crypto end all of end all. It's just not the case. It's not the case. I'm a human being just like you. I've just spent a lot of time in the charts, so I have a lot of probability in my favor because I've seen a lot of things play out. That's all. It's the only difference between me and you. I got way more time in the market. And honestly, time in the market is that's what you need. That's what Tito has, right? That's what Jordan has. That's what I have. That's what every one of us, Mitch Ray, Eric Crown. That's what all the YouTubers that you watch, every one of us, we got time in the market, and you guys see us live, dedicate our live time in the market. 2 hours of my day, every single day, given to these charts, dedicated to myself to something. I put my life into the charts, literally, like everything I have into the charts. So shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for jumping in. I'm looking at RACEFI, possibly could move to the upside. Nothing is guaranteed, but there's an idea here that RACEFI could move to the upside based on the 15-minute being low and the 1 hour. The 4 hour is high, so it's a high-risk trade because the 4 hour is getting extended. However, I've seen trades play out regardless of the 4 hour being extended, but you have to know that you're fighting the 4 hour when you trade this. This has to fit your trading style. I am not a buy and sell signals group. I don't tell people what to buy and sell. My trading group is an educational group where I post charts that I'm looking at every single day to educate you so you can see, wow, that's what he looked at. That's how it played out. Maybe I can look at things like that, and that's how they'll play out for me as well. Okay. Hello? Yeah. You in the garage door? No, yeah, I went into the garage. I just heard a noise I never hear, and I'm like, is someone trying to get in the garage? Like, what's going on? I'm like an Indian when it comes. My dad used to tell me that. He's like, you're like a Native American. He's like, you can hear everything. I can hear and smell everything. And RACEFI on KuCoin. All right. First coin I'm looking at, it is already pumped up, but I'm just seeing it's retraced a little bit, might make a bit of a move. The Wasted Lands had a nice gain, 34. You can see Metaverse coins still popping to the upside. Just want to show you how you might have been able to play that, something like this, see? Bit of a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time, but they don't when you got low stochastics and you're at the bottom of the pattern. You know, you really want to play this, you get excited, you make a flag, You go to the 4 hour. If you're high in the 4 hour, you put an alert down here and wait for the 4 hour to reset and be smart. Wait for the 21-day moving average to touch the price action. It's very far away. Okay. We talked about Roar, and Roar would just continue to the upside. Shout out to anyone that jumped into this. This is insanity. So shout out to everybody in my trading group. We gave you Roar yesterday. We talked about it. We went over it, and it just would not stop. This is insane. Look at this. I can't believe what I'm about to show you because I just take measured moves, right? 235% gains for Roar. I put this out to my trading group. We did not get stopped out. We talked about it at the beginning of the live. Look, they try to get the stops here. They load it up. This thing would blast up one time. Ooh, I moved that. This thing would blast up one time, come back down for a retest, blast up again. Never hit the stop loss for 232%, 232% gains. That's insane. That's insane. So this, and on the 1 hour chart, look at that. Bang, just in 4 hours, the gains. I actually have to double click the chart to show the whole chart. That's absolutely absurdity. And if you were in my trading group, you would have known about this coin. You would have been in it. You at least would have known about it. You had a setup on it. I would have talked about it when I gone over it. Again, I'm not going to say that I put a setup for the secondary move there, so I can't really take any credit for the 225. I take full credit for this 84% gain, though. I do, for sure. But then it came back down to the downside. So, but wow, it would boom up again. Unbelievable. UBIX has been actually going up recently from this double bottom, and it's in a beautiful rising wedge here on the 1 hour. UBIX has been just continuing to go to the upside. SWINGBY was on my radar yesterday, did not break out. Look at that. Dumped. See, when a falling wedge breaks down, it goes down hard. Look, now it's trying to make it back inside the pattern, kind of where it came from. Then it broke out again. Ugly pattern. Bigger pattern is here. What it did do, though, is it was doing Bitcoin's kind of rising wedge channel, and it didn't break the channel like Bitcoin did, which is interesting to me, right? Come in handy on the 1 hour and the 15-minute. Possible to take another look at Bitcoin. I always do that. Just one click truly helps your life or community. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. MNET. Look like MNET could make a move. It's getting high on the 4 hour. However, indecision there. Just been consolidating for a while now. MNET on my radar. CHMB Valley bounced a little high. And see, a lot of the USD.T pairs are going to be high on the 1 hour. So it's really, to me, not going to be the moment to open up trades for the day, because most trades aren't going to go well based on the 1 hour being oversold. And again, I could be wrong. I just play the probabilities. VIDT, compared to a lot of coins, is in an ascending triangle, which is somewhat bullish. 50% chance of break to the upside, but it is a bullish consolidated pattern. And the 1 hour could make a move here. The 4 hour depends on where we're going. If the 4 hour is a little high, be wary. It has momentum. I've seen that, but you are away from the 21 and you're getting overbought. So be careful if you try to trade this little move here. I would trade it on the 15 and the 15 alone. So, like, I would trade this 15-minute scalp right now and call it a day. If I got it, I got it. If I didn't, I didn't. I'd put a stop loss, and you're either going to go sideways and really make no money, or you're going to get the pop, right? Pop is 17%. That'd be beautiful in an hour, you know. Stop loss 4 to get 17. It's a beautiful risk-reward ratio. 15-minute is a good time frame to enter, because not a lot of smaller time frames can really stop you out because they can't move the price enough. What I mean is, you get in the 4 hour, you don't check the 1 hour, you can't get stopped out because the 1 hour could be high and bang on you. MACD's about to turn too with a lack of bearish momentum, about to get a turn here. And I like to put the RSI in these falling wedges, in these bullish patterns, and that's that's about to break up to the upside too. Very, very interesting for VIDT. VIDT looks like it could make a bit of a move here to the upside. VIDT on my radar. We've traded VIDT many, many times in my trading group. It's an oldie but goodie to me now, even though, it's a newer coin, but it's an oldie but goodie to me. VIDT, baby, VIDT. Bit of an ascending triangle and an inverted head and shoulder. If you can see, look, we have a shoulder, we have a head, and we have a right shoulder. That could blast out. So the inverted head and shoulder inside the ascending triangle. Very interesting, right? And these are just quick scalps of the 15-minute. Nothing crazy here. All right. Solve. I've seen these ugly patterns. See, we watched this the other day with RACEFI. It had the crazy pump and dump, and then I just, and that's why I went and I did this. That's why you'll see that. If you ever see me do this, and just forget that that ever happened and just play this like it hasn't broken out yet. Pretty crazy, right? But that's, you know, I learned this over time. The market makers bended my brain. They bashed me. They banged my head against the wall until I had to figure out a way out. And now I'm like, oh, so when you break a pattern, I can just keep playing the pattern as if it never broke. Oh, okay. So I just look for patterns. I just look for them all day long until I find ones that make it work. This could bump. It's high risk reward based on the stochastics. I'm not too excited about it. It's not the best trade in the world at all. It could move though. But I don't like, it's not the best trade in the world, but it could move. I'd love to take credit when it does pump, but at the same time, it's just, a little iffy. 7 minute is looping to the downside. I may be more advanced. This could come loop and then boom. 7 minute comes loop. I may scalp this on the 7 minute. I'll look at it. It's looking, HAKA on the 7. And you can see HAKA on the 7 making this little flag here. So you're seeing some action in these altcoins, which is interesting. I showed you that Bitcoin dominance was going to come down on the kind of conveyed we would get a little bit of a rally here. Right? Wow, lossless banging on them to the upside. Wish I had caught that one. And how would you have caught it? I wish I could. I get mad. I feel like I should have a setup on every single coin, and any coin that goes up, I should have known about it. The other day I got mad at him. I'm like, Sam, like, I asked myself, I'm like, bro, like, you can't get every coin. Like you can't have every single green coin here and have charted it last night. Like, you can't own every game in the market. And I'm like, but I want it, you know? Like, I could have found this wedge a couple minutes ago and then made that peg. Why didn't I? You know? I'm not good enough. I got to work harder. I got to do better. I'm not doing good enough. Stupid. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking with you guys. But I am hard on myself, and that you could always do more. I can't believe serve. I can't believe how nice we hit serve yesterday. How fast it hit. Right off the move. Unbelievable. Beg is actually popping right now. That's funny. Join the fam. Bitcoin volume. Let's show our appreciation for the lifer and get those likes up to the watchers. Super chat, San, Kadena, Brawl, FTT, FORESTPLUS, and JSMY. Hey, bro, could you look at JSMY, which we looked at earlier today? Yeah, let's take a look at JSMY. And let's take a look at all the super chats that have been sent here. Thank you for the chat revenue, everybody. Send in the super chats if you want me to go over a coin. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Michael Pa, we lost Michael Pa. He disappeared, but it's okay, Michael. We love you if you're out there. Don't worry. We appreciate all the love you gave us. I counted 13 $500 super chats. 13 $500 super chats. That's $6,500 he gave us in like 2 weeks. So Michael Pa, man, unbelievable. I cannot believe that. Crown Crypto said yesterday was likely 3,100, small pullback, then 30 to 33. New rule, don't watch YouTube videos with dumb photos in the title. Scott Jepp. We all have to be like Lifer. We're not good enough. You're funny, man. You still think KOK looks ready to pump? You're hilarious. I know what you did there. Jennifer. You're funny. Michael Pa, what a legend, right? What a legend. He came and then he was gone. And then he drifted off into the sea. We talked about JSMY yesterday. It looks like it may have gone down and up again, though. Let's take a look. Had in a bit of a cup and handle. No, yeah. I mean, so I have an indicator that I'm testing. Me and my buddy Danny are building an indicator for the lifers, and it's called Momentum Master A and B. So we slap those indicators on. I take my indicators off. It also uses awesome candles. These candles, what they do is if the volume is more than 50% of the last 10 days, it's going to turn a certain color and tell you that the whales are moving in. Okay? This rocket ship right here gave a buy. See the rocket ship right there and low stochastics in the 4 hour for JSMY inside of a cup and handle. It says JSMY will go up 43% gains. A massive move coming for JSMY based on the 4 hour time frame. 1 hour's high, so I wait for the 1 hour to come on down. I set an alert here. However, last night this gave me a buy signal. I threw $50 in to test it, just to test it. I'm like, I blindly threw $50 on the signal. Okay. Normally I'm sitting there. This time and honestly, what Danny did is he sat with me, he took my tutoring sessions. He became an analyst of mine. He worked with me for months. And then he said, listen, You're looking at the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 15, the daily. He's like, you're looking at multiple time frames to convey your messages. He's like, you're doing quantum. He's like, I don't see anyone else do that. Like, you're kind of like, and you're trying to see multiple time frames together before you get into trades. He goes, let's put multiple time frames into one trading indicator. This indicator is looking at the daily, the 3-day, the week, and the 24, and the daily. Look, the 4 hour time frame, the daily, the 3-day, and the weekly. It's telling you where the RSI and the Stokes are right here, giving you a thumbs up based on those ideas, right? So it's giving you the RSI and the SRSI for the bigger time frames while you're looking at it right here for you. On top of that, it's also giving you the RSI on 2 different time frames by giving you, I have to go up here and click it. But if I go into my input setting here in the settings and I go to input and I hit HTF, which is higher time frame, right? So I click here, show higher time frame stochastic. Now I have 2 stochastics. I have the stochastics from the 1 and the higher one. So look, this is the 1 hour. Let me double click here. So I have stochastics from multiple time frames. If that makes sense to you, if you can pick up what we're putting down, it's almost hard to even understand how he created the indicator because it's so genius. It's so genius. It's insane. But so look, I'm seeing the 4 hour stochastic RSI and the 1 hour stochastic RSI. You get it? Ah. Now I'd like to see the 15-minute though. See, Danny, I'd like to see the one beforehand. Technically, I'd like to see the one before, not the one after. Technically, in my trading style, I'd like to see the one beforehand, right? Like, it's good to know the one ahead of me is low, but I want to see the 4 hour while I look at the daily. See, that's my trading style is when I see the 4 hour, I want to see the 1 hour. When I see the 1 hour, I want to see the 15-minute. I don't want to see the 15-minute and then the 1 hour. You get it? That makes sense to you? I mean, I don't want to see the 1 hour, then the 4 hour. I want to see the 1 hour and the 15-minute. Then I want to see the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Then I want to see the daily and the 4 hour. Here, I think you're doing, I'd rather see show lower time frame, not show higher time frame, in my opinion. I never said that to you, but I never thought about it. All right? So, anyway, I know you're listening. So, we're just ignoring Bitcoin now that it didn't go as predicted. No, let's take a look at BTC. Why would you say that? That's so rude, Flo. So rude. You're out. That's negative energy, and you are out. I don't like negative energy, man. You're out. Peace. And you are removed, man. I just learned to get rid of negative people that try to trigger you. Let me get your thoughts on that FTG. JSMY looks tempting. Yes, it does, doesn't it? It does. Anyway, let's get back into BTC. So we talked about it. We talked about the idea that it could break to the upside. We could see a miracle break. We may be wrong, right? Let's take a look. This is awesome. Also, the dollar was dumping. When the dollar is dumping, it's conveying that you're going to get a pump for Bitcoin, okay? Also, this is a rising wedge with a 68% chance of a break to the upside, all right? I will clean out this section here for us. Also, you'd be surprised. When you're high here on the stochastics, to me, this is a bull trap. They're trying to make you think the price is going out of here, but I wouldn't be surprised if they suck us right back down and you end up down here where I'm talking about. Bull trap, right? Now, we got above resistance. That's beautiful. And I said, what I said was, I said Bitcoin's highly likely to come down here. I said unless it does a miracle move, breaks through here and gets above resistance and uses this as support. That was what we conveyed, right? That's exactly what we went over. That's kind of what the charts conveyed. Look at the 200-day moving average touching price action right there. 200-day becomes resistance to price action. So, wow, rising wedges break up parabolically, right? When they do break out, they break out parabolically. Just like a falling wedge, when it breaks down, like if this was a falling wedge, it would break down. Remember this, when a falling wedge dumps, it dumps so hard, okay? I'm saying to myself, I say no to your negative energy. Always stay close to the other people's energy. Don't take that seriously. Then let them live their life. And you are removed. Yeah, I took that from Crypto Savvy. Voice on dude. Yeah, LOL. Lifer loves that video. I love that video. And you are removed. And you are removed. Wait for the 1 hour low for JSMY. Exactly. That's what we're doing. We're waiting for the 1 hour to get low. Exactly. Jennifer Crypto Love. That's exactly the right. She said they're exactly what I would do. Lots of trading volume on Bitcoin now. Love your vibe, Lifer. Thanks for all you do. I know I'm chatty, but you inspire me. Hey, I love that you're chatty. Can you take a look at KOK? Frankie G, you're the man, dude. You're funny, man. Thank you for being right about it. Hilarious. Super Chat, San Cadena, Brawl, FTT, FORESTPLUS, and FTG. Let's take a look. Wow, Bitcoin pumping hard now out of the zone. However, overbought on the 15, rolling over. I just, you know, I've seen this. I've seen this game before. All right. Also, what I want to show you is, look, swing down to swing down. Swing up to swing up here. This is hidden bearish divergence. Tells you that the trend will dump to the downside. That's hidden bearish divergence right there because you have swing up on the RSI. That tells me we're about to dump, man. So crazy. But we broke above 30,000. This is awesome. 30,400. Nice pump to the upside. Nice pump. I needed the pump. I'll tell you that. I was in an altcoin trade that was just skimping around, needed a pump up. So I'm happy that Bitcoin did get the bump. Beautiful move there for Bitcoin. And again, the probabilities at that point, my probabilities were highly likely we weren't going to do that, but it's okay. I'm happy now. Way better. Yeah, there you go. But so look, I took a blind call on JSMY based on the indicator, and the indicator put me up 7%. I put $55 in it, but the indicator put me up 7% blind. I bought it blind up 7%. So far, the first time I ever tested the indicator blindly, I bought a rocket ship last night, and I showed my team. I said, look, I'm just testing this indicator. I'm going to buy JSMY blind here. Here it is here. Look. Testing the indicator, giving buy signals on JSMY, right? And see, I had a rocket ship and this 3 thing exposing multiple time frames are low on the moving on the stochastics RSI, right? Lifer been slowly but surely making good informed trades. Finally, day by day, man. Thank you so much for your grind. Taking bad bag trades from last year and slowly getting them into good stuff. That's awesome, man. Good for you. Let me get your thoughts on that FTG. We'll take a look at FTG. And we got a lot of super chats to go over here. Bitcoin doing damage. Hopefully it can break through that and then negate the bearish divergence there. Hidden bearish divergence, though, is there right now. We saw it right there, and we would dump. Look, the RSI was swinging up. Price action was swinging down. We dumped to the downside. Let me show you again what I mean. Price action swinging to the downside like so. One swing high to one swing high, down. But when you look at the RSI, see that downtrend is not even near as close. And here, this is more of an up. It was like Class C. It's very, very hard to see if you're not like an experienced trader at divergences. And honestly, this could be a bear trap. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being a bear trap. You're at resistance, you know, so. All right, I'm going to go over Bitcoin before I get out of here. We're going to do one more update for Bitcoin, just so it's as fresh as possible for the day, so my team can get it out to TikTok, get it out through the world. One more last update for Bitcoin here. Actually, let me go through the alts. I've been trying to get out at 11:30. It's been very hard for me. And now, because BitBoy puts me on his channel so much, I don't want to be on during BitBoy's channel, so I have this anxiety, and now I'm getting anxiety between 11:30 and 11 and 12 o'clock every day, because I'm like, you know. But at the same time, I have to finish super chats because number one, I have OCD, and number two, people paid for them, and I got to do the right thing by my peoples. So we got to do Sand, we got to do Cadena, and we got to do Brawl. Then we'll do FTT and FORESTPLUS. Let's take a look at Sand. Then we will do a Bitcoin update, and I guess I'm going to be here till 12 o'clock, no matter what I do. It is what it is. Desperately tried to get out at 11:30. My team said to do it. I tried to do it. It just doesn't look like it's happening for me. It doesn't look like it's going to happen for me. Okay? So we take a look at this here. Sand did a nice pop to the upside. I delete all my old work. I look at the daily, and I have to see what's going on a bigger time frame. Okay? When I'm looking at something like this, I got to pull a Fibonacci immediately because I got to see what levels we're at. It looks to me like a 786, 886 retracement. You get that the sense of this after, you know, years of doing this. So yeah, I mean 886% retracement, even almost 100% retracement, which is crazy. I mean, yeah, because it went all the way from 8 all the way back down to 91 cents. I mean, that's Jesus. Anyway, so what a dump from $8 to 91 cents since November. November is when it all started to come to the downside. November. That's when everything was gravy in the alts. So falling wedge, 68% chance to break to the upside, but we had a falling wedge here, 68% chance, and we kept slipping. So we keep kind of falling to the downside, all right? Remember, they got to get you excited to keep you in the game. They got to pull you in to pull you out. I swear, if you're talking to me when I get down and discouraged, thank you for teaching me a skill and set a skills. I swear you're talking to me when I get down and discouraged. Thank you for teaching me a skill set that will allow me to give my daughter the future she deserves. I love you, man. I'm with you. Thank you for being here for me. Anytime, Matt Lane. Anytime, man. Thank you for giving me the super chat and sending 22 cents my way. That's very nice of you. And that sends good karma your way, good karma my way. We're feeling it. So thank you. Just do you. BB has a different format. I usually don't watch him live. I really love the TA. Thank you, man. Wow, consistently doing 500 watchers. That's so awesome. Let's get those likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, everybody here. Yeah, we had 600 likes. Oh, we had 500 likes on the live yesterday. Oh, I think we'll do it again. 539 people on the live, 492 likes. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. So we're looking at sand. It does want to turn up on the daily. So the daily looks good. It's got momentum. MACD wants to turn, and the RSI is low. Okay? The daily looks okay. The measured move for that daily time frame would take you back to the all-time high if you broke out, right? You do have resistance on the way up that you're going to be hitting, and it's not going to be an easy run, but, you know, that's what the technical analysis conveys, okay? 4 hour also suggesting a bottom and a move to the upside, all right? You see that? 4 hours at a bottom suggesting the upside. So that's also doing something. Also, you want to look for divergences. Divergences, they're not going to be 100%, but they're going to give you accurate readings for when you're at a bottom. And look, you have a sharp swing to the upside here and a sharp swing to the downside. That is a bullish divergence on the 4 hour time frame, and on the 4 hour, it's pretty substantial. Okay? Put in your support and resistance lines here again. You want to see where where you're at. You're kind of at, look, that's your place. You break that, you come even lower. So what you want to do is you want to look left. I got to move the chart a little bit. There's a lot of action in this chart. Comes all the way down here to this area. Resistance. So these are your support zones. Now, if you break this $30 area, what you're at here, you're coming back down to 104. You break that, you're coming all the way back down to 87 cents. So it doesn't mean you're out of the water yet. I just want to convey that. Like, everyone thinks that, like, we've bottomed and we have to come up. Chance we have. I don't know. I'm taking it one day at a time, one level at a time. Look what Bitcoin did today. It broke out. The dollar index looked like we were going to have a breakout. To see the dollar index that strong, like dumping like that, that was great. That was great. The bullish divergence is here too, because you get a bit of not really. You get a swing up on the 1 hour. They kind of match each other. So now I zoom into this time frame to see what I'm seeing on the smaller time frame, and you can see now I have resistance at 151. Sand hasn't been couldn't get above, and now it even has like diagonal resistance. See, look at this. You could say it fell out of this rising wedge. It's trying to. Might be a bear trap for a bull trap for everybody. Just fake outs and dump backs in, Indecisive right now, honestly. And right now I tell you that the 1 hour is going to retest the trend. So 1 hour needs to come to the downside. However, man, they can press it all they want, but eventually it's coming down. How high we go. So you want to see, can you break above this resistance? That's what you want to see in the next hour. And then use that as support. If not, you're going to come down here and use this as support and get a bounce, And you're desperately going to need a bounce here. And that's going to be a retest. When the 1 hour comes down low, I'm going to put an alert on that. Maybe a good time to pick up the retest, because if the 4 hour still has momentum and the 1 hour retest, I like that, right? And the 4 hour is pushing you up right there, right? Look, there's bullish divergence there. And that's why you got the push, okay? So I'd be careful. To me, I'd like to see sand break above 150, use that as support before I really, really take it seriously. Okay? Okay, keep it moving. Shout out to each and every one of you here. Okay, can I get the likes up to the watchers? I did it, baby. And I knew we were going to do it. I knew we were going to get 520 likes, 528 people every single time. Unbelievable. Watch the 12. Yeah, the 12 hour doesn't look good. We talked about it already. We brought it up on the channel. Let's talk about Kadena. KDA, which I believe is a definitely good dollar cost average coin once we find a bottom, but we got to find a bottom first. Okay. 4 hours doing its thing, and look, like everything else, I mean, just be wary of these. You're doing these, and you're just in channels. You're going to head to the top of the channel, and then what, right? So the 4 hour can bust you up. That's a trade to the upside for sure for Kadena. 4 hour wants to push to the upside. MACD wants to make a bit of a turn. You are seeing an idea here. All right, and that would bring you up here back to this resistance zone, which is quite, isn't that? I love how that just, they always, it's kind of like maps out with each other. That's what I see happening for Kadena. Kadena must hold $2, $2.20. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. 1 hour's overbought though. So you see, they just, if you had bought a high 1 hour here, not good. Bought a high 1 hour here, not good. Then now I bring this lower. And see, this is what I'm seeing now. You're at the top of the channel here. And you made a bounce, so you're about to come down. 1 hour wants to come back down here. I'm bearish on the 1 hour, everybody. Even though everyone's like loving life right now and thinking Bitcoin's going to the moon, I am bearish on the 1 hour. 1 hour has to come down on almost every single coin in the game, right? Let's take a look at Bitcoin here on Binance. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. I got to get, it's funny. See, I was just too many. I have his indicator and my indicator on, and I gotta use my. I use what I use because I've been using it for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's hard for me to just. My man made a new indicator, but it's really hard for me to use it every 5 seconds because I'm stuck in my ways, and I have certain things that once I'm in a zone, it just. Also, I'm accurate, and I've been accurately hitting. And today you're like, no, you're not betting. I did say that if there was a miracle, we could bust out, right? And you got to have the candle close and start to break down first, right? And this still could be a fake out. This could easily be a bearish fake out, a bullish fake out, a bull trap, and they could suck us right back into this pattern and dump us down here. The pattern's still, everything's kind of still in waiting. So right now, what you need is when you do break down on the 1 hour, because you're going to. So when the 1 hour does break down, right? What you want. When the 1 hour breaks down, you want to bounce off this support line. So watch. When this comes down here, and then I'm gonna double click out of this. Oh, I just don't have indicators on. That's why I'm like, wait. So when the stochastics reset to the downside, because right now they're overbought and they double topped. When they come back down here, you must stay above this resistance. If not, you come back in here and then you highly likely continue a dump. Okay. So that's just something that we have to see. Or the 4 hour keeps going and the 1 hour stays pinned up here, which I've seen that happen. And miracles can occur. So stay tuned for more. That's very, very possible for Bitcoin. So last Bitcoin update here before we jump on out of here. I still got to do FTT, FORESTPLUS, FTG, and KOK. Wow. My hand is hurting. My wrist's starting to ache. Crazy. I also had a rough night last night. Right before I went to bed at like 8 o'clock, I drank tea and it kept me up to like 2 in the morning. Like I was just standing there trying to sleep, but I was like, I never drink any caffeine really for any reason. I'm not a coffee guy. I don't do that. Right? So just be wary of a bull fake out here. Don't be in the euphoria. Always be ready for the opposite. All right. Take a look at Bookmap for a second. And you can see that they're trying to load up 29.9. But they still got us locked in between 29.9 and 39. Look at that, 30,900 and 29,800 area, 29,900. Locking us in. You'd like to see more sellers here come on in and take that sell volume down. Okay. You see the rising wedge here that needs to break to the downside slightly. 30,500 was just resistance. Now we're at 30,003 pretty fast, starting to fall. Momentum leaving, sellers taking over, and we can see if the sellers come into Bookmap here pretty hard. I get a link to this. This is Bookmap, everybody. Check it out. Also have a link to 3 commas. I absolutely love 3 commas. It's how I made my trades. It's how I do everything that I do. Okay. I showed you this is how I did my, I made 6.5% quick on JSMY. I mean, it's about percentages, so don't worry about $2 up. I just put $50 in to test my indicator. I want to test it blindly. And I can keep using this 50 bucks. Watch me turn this 50 bucks into big money. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost up 10% on that. It's crazy. Let's take a look at BRWL. So, indecisive for Bitcoin. It just needs, so basically when the 1 hour comes down, you need to stay above 30,000. That's it. You do that, you can remain bullish. And you're back in this bigger channel, see? And then you could head to the top of the channel at 32K. All right. Charts of life. That's what the charts say. Use Lifer's referral link. 55% discount the year for 3 commas. If you lose my referral link, you will get 55% on the year. You won't get any better. Degenerate Diuretic Ape Dinghy Club. NFTs will moon. Thesis apes throwing feces coins at each other is how this ends. This will be my white paper proposal. Brown paper as the case may be. That's funny, the brown paper. Hilarious. Let's take a look at BRWL. What did it do? Blockchain brawls. So I saw it tight, suggested it would have stopped down here. Wouldn't have been stopped out because my stop would have been at least beneath this resistance point. All right. We can redraw this, but you can see it's at the 7. Yeah, I'll move the fib, right? Fib should be able to move over. Funny. Whatever. So it's a bit of a cup. That is a cup and handle, even though it's not like your conventional cup and handle. That's a cup. There's your handle. All right. Thought I deleted you all. What the heck? Remove drawings. Okay. My man, watching my trades move while on this chat. Consistency is key. Showing the love for these trades moving. Word up. Thank you so much, man. What trade you got? What you jumping into? What you hot on right now? What you hot on, boy? Do you think ETH is a good buy right now? I bought 2.5 of them. I mean, even if it goes down to 1750 again, the upside is attractive from here. I'm new to trading. I'm in Polex, and Polex is the worst trade ever. I'm down $100, and it's just been boring. It's been boring. But that 4 hours suggests it's gonna get a ripping. It's gonna get a ripping, you know. Bax is moving, baby. FTG, Polex, and Bax, my man. FTT, FORESTPLUS, FTG, and KOK shorting Bitcoin at 30,200. The Bitcoin cup and handle targets the mid 32Ks. Yeah, but it's moving back. Same here. Lifer has free bootcamp videos in the 99 Lifer Discord that may help answer your trading questions. Hope that helps everyone who's new to the Lifer fam. Exactly. Dat 4 hour dough. You bought 2.5, you holding, buddy, not trading. When do you think Bitcoin will be back at 50K? I don't know. I don't think. I don't answer questions like that. I have no clue. Bitcoin back at 50K? Who knows, man? Could be this year. It could be this summer. It could be this year. It could be next year. I don't know. Honestly, don't know. I know it will be 50K again. I do know that based on how they print money. So I don't have to worry too much, but so this could break out of the falling wedge to the upside. The 1 hour is extremely low. I showed you that Bitcoin dominance wants to dump. So the altcoins are kind of decoupling from Bitcoin for the day. So if Bitcoin even goes down or to the side, says the altcoins might pump regardless. Certain coins will pump regardless. If you're reading this, look, the blue is the entry, the red is the stop loss, the green is the exit point. However, I exit when the stochastics tell me to, not when I hit the measured move. I want to make that very clear. Let me say that again. I exit when the stochastics tell me to, not when I hit the measured move. The stochastics will curl up here, start to get extended. That's when I generally tend to get out of the trade. All right. That's BRWL real quick. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for jumping on in. And we still have 529 people on the live, even though we went all the way to 12 o'clock. That's the first time that ever happened. This is the first time we kept retention from 11 all the way to 12 o'clock. Never happened before. You people are showing that we are growing. We are getting stronger. We are moving forward. It's getting exciting. I'm getting an adrenaline rush from watching my stream blow up. It's getting crazy. I'm like, wow, life is going fast. But you started a YouTube channel. This is what you wanted. Now you're going to get it. And now you're like, whoa. Now I got to be there every single day. No day off, baby. And hey, once you get committed, you got to rock out with the commitment. You got to stay committed with the commitment. And it is what it is, baby. So thank you, each and every one of you, for giving me a purpose, giving me a place to be every single day. You know, if you're not part of your own plan, you're part of somebody else's. Thank you for helping me part of my own plan. I love you all. Oof, I'm shaking in my shorts. That's because this DA does not exist on the web anywhere else. Ask me how I know. How you know? Getting a digital Woody. Shout out to Digital Woody. I love you. You're hilarious. That's awesome. BTC made it back to the 12-hour triangle. My short is trembling. Oh, no. What's your top 5 to survive bear besides Bitcoin and ETH? Thank you, CL, for taking care of your peoples. Anytime. Is Sol still looking like a good price to accumulate? I don't know. Chad, I don't know. I do not know, Chad. I'd have to look. If you really love the project and you believe you're going to hold it for 4 years, then yes, it's a good, but I won't ever tell you what to do. You got to come up with these answers to these questions yourself. Is Sol at a good place for you to get into? I don't know. Is it? How much did you have before? How much did you get in? How much have you spent? I have no idea. Legit TA stream. Shout out to Mr. Cali. Can I watch them all? Because I watch them all, man. Is Sol looking at, you watch, yeah, that means you watch Traders Reality like me. You watch Optical Art. You watch Jordan, right? You watch Eric Crown. You watch Team Underground. You watch Crypto Crew University. Like, there's a lot of us, man. Only alts you need, baby. Adam, Avax, Ada, Phantom, and Soul. Only alts you need, baby. My man. Adam, Avax, Ada. Yeah, those are pretty good. Pretty strong. Overbought on Soul. Gotta hodl. Man. Scar Sizzle, BitBoy. I know. We got to go watch BitBoy. Brawl. All right. No pressure, lifer. We want you fresh and clean. Have a break when you need it. It's all of us will understand. Hi, much respect. I'm new here. Thanks for all the help. Shout out to Daniel Dimmick. We love you, man. Inspired by your energy and your hustle, Sam. Thank you for providing this knowledge to your fellow lifers. Downtrends used to get me emotional, but now I just see opportunity and lessons to learn. That's what I'm saying, man. It's all about changing your mindset and changing your mind. When you change your mind, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. You don't see the world the same. When you change, the world isn't the same world it was before. That's why I tell everyone to be positive and stay bright, because you never know. You never know. You got to believe, baby. You got to believe. Because if you believe anything that can happen, then anything can happen. If you believe that life sucks and it's going nowhere, then life sucks and it's going nowhere. You know? So you got to believe, baby. You got to believe. Look, bearish retest right here of FTT token. Looks like it's retesting this area and doesn't want to get above it. So I'd be looking for a downtrend here beginning to form like this. And it looks like it's going to do what Bitcoin is going to do later after the bear trap does not happen. So 31 for FTT. Looks like FTT could go down even lower. Okay. Repetition is the father of learning. It is. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in. Thank you for the 450 people in the trading group. Very, very excited to have you guys. So yeah, that's about to roll over the 1 hour. So I'd be careful there. At that point, it could break to the upside. Okay. You're my new #1 channel to watch. What do you think about Adam L? Was thinking about going big about Adam. I love Adam, and I hold a big old amount of it. The human mind cannot do something over and over again and not get better at it. Love that. Life is not how it is, it's how we perceive it. Having event, learning is instinctual. No BitBoy today, so you got us all morning. That's why the retention stayed. See, that's why the retention stayed. I knew it. They're not on today. They're going to VCon. So, interesting. Super chats, FORESTPLUS, and let's just keep it moving then. So I get finished with this. Now the anxiety is gone now. It's over. I mean, he hooked me up, gave me a lot of love. Then I'm going to stream during his stream. It's kind of like, I don't know. If I hooked you up, you were my intern, I gave you a lot of love, you started a YouTube channel, and then you see me go live, and then you're like, I'm going to go live when he goes live. I'd look at you like... However, I was going live before that. Like, they can't control my life, right? So, someone was talking about FORESTPLUS making a bit of a move here recently, and it did. Look at the 1 hour. It popped. 42% gains for FORESTPLUS. This project is dead, though. The people gave up on it. I don't even know why it still exists online, honestly. It could continue to the upside. 4 hours got momentum. 4 hours done, though. And like, so basically, unless you get above 0.006, this thing's cooked. Like, I wouldn't touch it. I'm kind of biased to this coin because it's the one that I bought, thought I would get a big return on, and just didn't really get much, Phantom Go breaking out a little bit as we talked about. Awesome. Phantom Go-Go. A Phantom a Go-Go. And what is it up? A nice 14% gains. I mean, that's pretty sweet on the live stream. So we talked about this on the live. We went over it. I talked about the idea that it could make a move to the upside. I've been stalking it and putting alerts on it over and over again. And there it goes up. 14% gains. Phantom Go for 14% gains on the live. And there you have it. And we could end up going up here and getting rejected by this upper trend line. I think that could happen. See that? That might be your resistance point there for profit taking. Sorry. I'm deleting that though because it's ugly. And I don't like it. And this is a nice breakout to the upside. To the upside. I'm being crazy. I like to get wild on a Thursday, man. Thirsty Thursdays. Remember Thirsty Thursdays in New York? If you were one of me, if you used to party like me, man, I used to have an internet company and run around. Oh my God, I was in the club Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, 5 nights a week. I used to have to stay in on the weekends because I partied so hard during the week, man. It was crazy. My life was insane. I was wearing a suit and tie every day, balling out. Industry exclusive. I started this great. I did so many insane things with my life, man. Entrepreneuring, always trying to do something different. I always had the cameras, always was editing, always using the medium of video to convey my message, to get something out there. I love video so much. I've been in video since I was so young. I got into Institute of Contemporary Art. After school one day, a kid was walking the opposite way from our hometown bus. And I said, man, you live in my town. Where are you going? He's like, oh, I go to the Institute of Contemporary Art, and I learn how to do movies. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I want to learn how to do movies. That sounds exclusive. I was like, I want to go with you. And he's like, you're not allowed. It doesn't work like that. And I was like, I want to show up, man. I was like, let me go. And he's like, ask them if I can be a guest next week. And he said, I did. They said you can come. So I went, and we came up with an idea for a movie. And we both came up with the idea together, and they picked our idea, and they brought me into the program. So I broke into this program, even though I wasn't supposed to be in it. And it was called Fast Forward. And they taught us how to shoot, edit, and film movies at the age of 15 and 14 years old at the Institute of Contemporary Art in Boston. And I got the love for medium. That's why I'm here today. Even though I am doing a trading school, a trading thing, I've been in the medium of film my whole life. I've been into TV my whole life. I was working in TV. I was working for David Letterman, if you can believe this. Before, when the pandemic happened, I was making David Letterman's show. My next guest needs no introduction. I get a little emotional because my life got torn apart by the pandemic. I started this channel, thank God, in 2019. And thank God, I had a life to live. Thank God I had a place to go. Thank God you guys gave me a reason to be alive. And so, I fought through the pandemic, and I made it. And, the world tried to destroy me. And I found out who I really was, and you guys really brought me there. And now we're here together. Now we're stronger than ever. Now there's something to be had. Now there's something to be said about the lifers in the group. Because I'm telling you right now, the leader of this group, me, and all of us that help us grow, we are strong, baby. And we are fighting, and we do not give up. And we will make it. We will make it. I know we will. Shout out to each and every one of you for coming on in. I got to jump out for the day. It's been a long, long live stream. We got to all the super chats, so here's KOK again at the end. Idea that it could break to the upside. However, it's getting a little high on the 1 hour. It needs that momentum to kick to the upside. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. 15 minutes low. That's actually a good sign that you're probably doing a little bit of a retest or a move here. So forget about that pump out. You're back in the pattern, but the 15-minute conveys you may start to pump, and you still have the momentum on the 1 hour. I'd be looking to get out around 218, depending, but you do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not going to tell you what to do, when to buy or sell, what to buy or sell, or what to do. Shout out to you all. Thank you for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. Thank you so much for the chat revenue. Thank you so much for the likes. 569 likes. You people are unbelievable. I love you all. I'll be back tomorrow for Frisky Fantastic Friday fun. And we'll do it. How about that alliteration, huh? Say that 5 times fast. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here. Do you want a Bitcoin update real quick? Porta, is that going to be out? Let's just jump into Bitcoin real quick before I get out of here for the day. Let's just jump into Bitcoin one last time so it's the freshest it can be for my team when they send it out to the socials. So let's break it down on the 4 hour here. Okay, so look at this. We were looking at Bitcoin in this rising wedge, and we were like up, down, up, down. And to keep it simple, even though it's a little messy here, keep it simple, I'll turn on my moving averages. That will help a little bit too. So up, down, right? right? And I noticed resistance there. I noticed resistance there. I noticed the bounce off support there. So I noticed that would be our resistance that we should have trouble with. And we did. We had resistance there. But Bitcoin broke nicely through the resistance. Now, going over to the live stream, we were high on the 1 hour, on the 15 and the 1 hour, and it was likely we were going to hit resistance and dump to the downside. However, we did look at the dollar index, and the dollar index started to dump nastily. Thank God the dollar started to tank. When the dollar tanked like that, is too much pressure for Bitcoin to go up, and Bitcoin popped through resistance. However, you're at another resistance. Let's raise this up now. You're at this resistance now. As you can clearly see, resistance there, resistance there, resistance there, resistance there, resistance there, and resistance here. What level is this? 30,400. So we have heavy resistance. However, we did break out of this channel, out of the rising wedge. So there's two scenarios here. We're getting overbought on the 4 hour. We're getting up there. We're getting overbought on the 1 hour and the 15 minute. What it's looking like to me is we're about to come to the downside. I go back to that 4 hours. You can see it clearly, or the 1 hour actually. This is a rising wedge. It did break out, but there's a chance we break right back in and then dump to the downside. If we do, if this is what's called a bull trap, and they're making people think we're going up, they got a bunch of people to long and put stop losses here. So you now have to understand that there's a bunch of stop losses back inside the pattern. This whole area has a bunch of stop losses in it right now. The market maker would be pretty smart to come down and grab them all. If I was the market maker, I would come down and grab all that liquidity. To me, I'm still pressing the idea that this is a fake out. We're going to come back down and eventually end up here at 28,500. Again, I'm not guaranteeing that. What would stop that from happening is if we hold support right here and we don't go lower than 29K or 30K. If 30K holds, that negates my idea. How does 30K hold? Well, when the 1 hour resets on the stochastic, we end up making a flag instead of something else. Like you want to draw a flag here, bang, like this. I'm going to show a different chart just to convey this really easily and neatly. We'll look at Bitcoin USD. We'll delete all the other work here. And so what you're going to want to see is, because Bitcoin's double topping here. I mean, that's tweezer tops, right? Tweezer tops on the 1 hour with high stochastics. Highly likely it's going sideways or to the downside, okay? Highly likely. And look how the 200-day moving average became the stoppage point. I've seen that many times in my life. Price action gets halted right at the 200-day moving average. So look for this. You know, I convey a chart here, and the 21-day moving average is going to have to play with price. And then we could continue to the upside, maybe, right? This could also be making a falling wedge, which I believe it is, because this is the rising wedge that I just showed you we were in. And this does have a 68% chance of a break to the downside. You see this? So I would be highly surprised if we didn't end up down here at 28,900, but anything is possible. All right. How we negate it is if we stay in this flag and we stay above 30K. Okay. And that's your Bitcoin update for everybody. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. My name is Sam Price, Crypto Lifer. I have a live stream every single day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I am spent. I've talked for 2 hours straight. I can't even hear myself think. I need to take a break and meditate. Then I can jump back into the charts for my group and get myself moving. So thank you for being here, everyone. I love you all. I'll be back tomorrow with another live stream to kick butt, to get the market makers scared, put them on their heels, and show you guys what they don't want you to know. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Be safe. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. Shout out to the little brother, Ramit. Ramit, we love you. Be a good brother to your big brother. Don't play him. A crypto lifer is going to get you. Nah, I'm just messing you, Ramit. I love you, man. Have a good day, brother. I hope your brother's good to you, too. Don't beat up on your little brother, man. Shout out to Ramit, man. Your brother loves you. Have a great day, everybody.